This is Chicago Hockey Radio with your hosts, Justin Lynch, Charlie Weber, Natalie Chibi, and Andrew Nolan.
Welcome back. It's a brand new week, CHR enjoyers. It is a Monday CHR show. Big weekend for your Chicago Blackhawks. Back-to-back preseason dubs. 4-2 win against the St. Louis Blues. 4-1 win against the Minnesota Wild. Frank the Tank hat trick and 6-7 Selly. Oh, the aura is off the charts, ladies and gentlemen of CHR. You just love to see it. And before we get into the show today, we are at 989 subs. We're 11 away from seeing Natalie Chibi at the top of the Sears Tower. We are so close.
No, you
We're
guys.
Oliver Moore away from 1,000.
Guys,
That's
we are
right.
Oliver Moore away, and we have only like a weekish or so, 8 days.
I believe so.
Until the
8
regular
days.
season starts. So if you want to see me face my fears, please subscribe, like this video, do everything. We want to see this. CHR wants to see this. It would be a really fun video to make. My hands are getting clammy just talking about it, so you know it's going to be good.
Yes, I think we would all want to see that for sure.
Yeah,
And
come on and help us face our fears here at CHR.
Absolutely. I think we're all here for that. And once again, wherever you're listening to these podcasts, Apple, Spotify, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and review. We really appreciate that a ton. And don't forget our daily reminder, CHR merch drop. Check out CHR merch on the www.lithionetwork.com site. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing today on this fine Monday?
Doing great. You know, we got a little sun this last couple days. It's getting nicer out there. Last little bit of summer, and the Cubs certainly enjoyed it. I was watching a lot of their games yesterday and Saturday. Caught most of those wins to end the season. So, you know, nothing's better than when it's warm out and the Cubs are winning, I'd say. And the Bears especially.
More importantly, the Bears.
Yeah, more, importance. There's only 17 of those games. There's 162 baseball games. So, yeah, to see them both win all weekend was great for me. And, you know, to do it in the good Chicago weather just makes it that much better.
It was really a beautiful Chicago sports weekend all around, which I think we can use that to kick off our Chicago Sports Talk Monday here.
That's right.
25-24 win for the Bears. It was an ugly win, right? It was definitely
Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Give me the Bears all day, man.
The Bears. All day.
Yeah, there it is.
There you
I
go,
was teeing
Connor.
you up there. There you go. He came in clutch there,
on now.
Nolan.
Canadian boy knows some American football, huh?
Yeah, how about another Canadian making his first NFL start for the Bears? Theo Benedict,
The Canadian Eagle.
the Canadian Eagle.
That's
yeah.
right.
What do we think about that performance last night?
Dude, I did more than I expected. You know, I didn't think he was kind of going to hold his own, but he did, you know. I just, you know, he's kind of a practice squad third stringer at this point. So to see him, you know, perform in a good way was just good. I think if we saw a lot of negative out of him, I don't think we would have seen him get a start again this year. So
Yeah, I think the big thing for him was he was drinking from a fire hose. I mean, when you're going up against one of the best edge rushers in the league in Max Crosby, shout out to Mac. Fun fact about Max Crosby, the Eastern Michigan football field is named after him.
That's
Another
right.
fun fact about Eastern Michigan football field, it's gray.
I know that. My friend was actually I think it was like athletic equipment director there, or like an
Nice.
assistant for that. Yeah, so
There
she
you go.
was like in the locker room with all the players and stuff. It saw a lot of behind the scenes stuff up there at Eastern. It looked pretty cool, honestly. Like
Yeah,
a
no,
nice
it
program.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
It was a pretty fun time when I was up there last October. Miami came away with the dub last October, so
Yeah.
I can't be mad at a 1-0 weekend, right?
Not at all.
Absolutely
Not at all.
not.
Speaking about undefeated weekends,
Oh yeah.
Chicago sports, the White Sox, the Cubs, the Bears, and the Blackhawks, 7-0 Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Most impressive. Very
Unreal.
impressive.
That is unreal.
It's
Also,
a rare, successful Chicago sports week. We haven't
Yeah.
seen many of those lately. So,
No,
yeah,
we haven't. So we got to celebrate it any time that we can.
For sure. No doubt about that. The White Sox passed the elusive 60 win barrier there.
Yeah, six taps.
yeah,
Six
that
taps.
was
That's a
good.
big improvement from last year.
Yeah, we won 19 more games. So
It's all because of me. It's all
Yes,
because
exactly.
Stick tap snaps.
Oh
stick
yeah,
tap
you
snaps.
are. You are
because
in
of
house.
me. I am in the house. I mean, you're welcome, you guys. Honestly, you're welcome, Justin, because you're outnumbered here. But you're welcome.
Yeah,
The lion cheers for the Sox fans when everyone else cheers for the Cubs.
the sheep cheers for the Cubs. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's
the
good.
lion doesn't concern himself with the Chicago Cubs.
The Lion doesn't concern himself.
Well,
with
the Lion
Chicago
also
White
won't see the
Sox.
postseason baseball this year, first team. So
Well,
Yeah.
good for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys want to glaze the Cubs for a bit?
Yeah, come on.
I'll allow it.
Combined, I'll give some love to the White Sox here. Chicago's baseball teams won by a combined score of 10-0 yesterday. So
Wow.
Bang.
shutouts to end the
I
regular
think 8
season.
of that was
awesome.
from the Sox, right?
Eight of them were from the Sox.
Yeah,
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 there you go. There
hey,
you
but
go.
who doesn't love a gritty like 2-0 win? I was actually
Especially
at the
over the Cardinals.
over the car. Did you see Clark
Even
the Cub
better.
on top of the scoreboard
Yeah,
yesterday?
that was awesome.
I was actually at the game yesterday. I think it was one of the fastest games that I've ever been to. 2 hours.
Are you a fan of the pitch clock?
I am a fan of the pitch clock. I would agree with that. Yes.
All right, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No, I'm a
Good,
fan. I'm a fan.
good.
I think it's definitely cut down the game's time a little bit, but probably at least half hour, I would guess, which is nice.
Yeah.
That is the thing of baseball. Sometimes those games are just too damn long, but I think
Yeah.
the pitch block has helped with that a little bit. Yeah, and I know they're worried about injury concerns of pitchers, but so far I don't think that's really been the case. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there are more pros than cons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
For sure.
speaking of pitching injuries, the Cubs are pretty short-handed heading into this wild card series on Tuesday against the Padres. They'll be without rookie sensation Cade Horton, who's
Rookie
the
of the
likely,
year?
the very likely rookie of the year at this point. He has a rib injury that will keep him out. The earliest he could play is if the Cubs go to a Game 5 in Division Series. The next round is what's been reported recently. So yeah, how are you feeling about the Cubs in a wild card round without their ace?
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm a a little scared because
Shaking in my boots.
here's the thing. I believe in Shota Imanaga. I think the start last week was just a fluke. Before that, he came into Wrigley having a 3.2 ERA, which is pretty damn good, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't walk guys either. Really,
No, he doesn't
so-
walk guys. Yeah, I know he's been
big.
struggling in the month of September, but I just think Shota's one of those players where the light switch is going to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he got something out with that, and then Boyd. I mean, Boyd's been a little bit iffy in the second half too, but
Yeah.
again, he's been there in the postseason before.
Like last year. Even.
Last
Yeah.
year, yeah, exactly. And then Game 3, Jamison Tyone.
What about? I've been seeing things about Jordan Wick should get his shot in the postseason. Do you think there's any chance they try to go with a kind of a bullpen game with a few of those guys in Game 3
Bullpen game in the playoffs.
in the wild card series?
No. When it's a winner take all game, if it's Game 3, you do not put the bullpen in.
No.
but you're gonna put Tyone in if we're up and we need it.
I would rather take Tyone. He's a more experienced starter. I mean, he's been there in the playoffs before.
I just have zero faith in the man in the playoffs. Like I've seen him have good starts. I honestly might rather have Colin Ray up there at this point with the way he's been pitching over Tyone.
No, Colin Ray is going to be the kind of guy in like Game 2 where, let's say that Boyd's allowed 3 runs through 5 innings. Like, you're going to get Ray for the 6th and the 7th to hold shit down.
Yeah, that's why I just don't.
I made the joke. Damn it. Oh.
You should have seen that one coming, Nolan.
We didn't get to Frank yet. We had to bust
We'll
it out
get to
early.
Frank later. The one thing I want to give the Cubs credit for, I love that Shota has Chelsea Dagger as his walk-up song
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
pitches. I think that's really
That
cool.
was electric. I mean, another thing that was electric. How about Michael Bush?
I know. You mean Matthew Bush?
Oh,
You mean
yeah.
Matthew Bush? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, you guys. Anyway, Bush, I mean, almost had the cycle. I was so
Yeah.
mad
The
that
Cardinals
they,
manager wanted to walk him.
that
of
they
course.
walked him.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. PCA, I remember I was watching the game on the MLB website when I was at a friend's house, I was with their family, and I was just sitting there. I'm like, PCA, come on, don't be washed today, PCA. And then I just see the screen freeze because you know how when there's a scoring update, it doesn't update
Yeah,
right away.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, he did something. Oh my God, he did something. He did something. PCA home run. There we go.
Yeah, I know. That
Yeah.
was a long time coming.
It was.
Him to get to 30-30 took forever after having 25 homers at the break.
He was at 28 home runs at the end of July, and he's hit 2 home runs since or 3 home runs now since the trade deadline.
He needed that just going into the playoffs,
Yeah.
the confidence. I mean, they're going to be at home for the playoffs, so that The homer at home to end the weekend to certainly
Yeah.
gives him a little bit of a boost.
I think we got to give stick taps to all three of those guys who have hit 30 home runs. Bush, PCA, and we haven't even mentioned Seiya Suzuki.
That's
Seiya's
right.
been on fire recently. I think we got to give him his stick taps, and hopefully he can keep it going in October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Stick taps to the Cubs. This is way too much Cubs talk. I think we need to get to the Blackhawks here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wait, are we gonna stick with some Bears talk? Because I mean, we got a little bit into it, but
Yeah, sure. We can get into more Bears.
There we go.
Charlie, what were your thoughts on the defense yesterday? 4 takeaways.
Yeah, 4 takeaways and you only win by 1 point. Obviously, that's not how you draw it up if you
Yeah.
have 4 turnovers.
Yeah, no. I mean, the defense definitely carried as a reason they won the game. So I will say it's nice to see one of those endings go in the Bears' favor. I'm used to those heartbreaking endings go against us. So
Yeah.
I think the way that Packers game last year especially ended on a blocked field goal, that would have won us the game. It was nice to see things kind of come full circle a year later and get the dub there.
Yeah.
So it was an ugly win, right? I mean, it wasn't the Bears' best play game, but you know what? Good teams find a way even when it's not their day, and that win brings them to 500 consecutive Bears wins. So
Yeah.
you love to see it. Love to see the win, and it was basically a home crowd there in Las Vegas.
Oh,
it was
Yeah,
definitely
there was
Chicago
a ton of
dominated
people.
for sure.
I will say, I think the get-in price yesterday was around $500.
Really.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
so
Wow.
it was a lot. So I mean, it sucks for those people in Vegas who lost a lot on the blackjack tables.
Oh, hey, at least their Bears won the game. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heading into the bye week, 2-2 is great. I think their biggest focus in this bye week has to be the run game.
Yeah, I would
that
agree.
was-
DeAndre Swift, the offensive line had some trouble blocking for him to get runs to start the game.
We see how the one
but
the end.
still, we
Yeah.
finished this game with 2.7 yards per rush.
That's why you got to get into the early bye weeks. That's like
And-
the nice thing about early bye weeks.
Yeah, the Raiders 7.7 yards per rush, like 200 more rushing yards than us on the game. So
Yeah,
it's hard to win
Ashton
like
Genty,
that.
man.
So,
Oh my God, Ashton Genty looks so
He was
good
cooking
yesterday.
us, man. I know a lot of Bears fans want him too.
I wanted him.
I was in that majority. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we also could have had Bucky Irving instead of Torrey Taylor in the 4th round.
I'm not
so-
taking any Torrey Taylor slander. Like you look at the he had a punt yesterday that landed at like the 1 yard line.
I get
in the
he's a
fourth
great
quarter.
punter. He would have been there in the 5th round, and we could have Bucky Irving. He would have been there.
Also, how about Romo Dunze? Another
Oh,
anytime
yeah.
touchdown. The anytime touchdowns are just a lock for
Who
us.
called it? Who called
Yeah.
it?
You called it.
Shout
yeah.
out to
Did.
Nolan's
Shout out to
celeb
Nolan.
shot on Weber's Wagers.
Going
from
out on top
Friday.
1-0.
There you
1-0.
go.
Good for you,
1-0.
Nolan. Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
to see it.
Thank you. If you see me on the street, just say thank you.
Also,
that's all I care about.
My NHL brain was tweaking during this game, seeing Max Crosby with the 98 just down. That was tripping me up all game. So I thought that was kind of funny. 98.
98.
Yeah, get that number off your back, bud. That's Betsy's number. But he was cooking us. But
No, he looked very good. That was actually his first career interception.
really, yeah.
He
Yeah.
had 3 deflected passes yesterday. I think.
Yeah, no, he was jumping
dominant.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of crazy.
I will say when the Bears had 4 red zone possessions in the the first part of the game and had 6 points to show for it, I was a little nervous. Like, this isn't looking too good. But we found a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Good to see a Bears comeback win. Only it's the other way around. So love to see that.
The last thing I want to make, I love how much of head coach Ben Johnson is a stone cold killer.
Did you see how
Yeah.
fired up he was
Oh,
after
yeah.
that, man?
That post game video that they posted was absolutely outstanding.
Unreal.
It
Yeah.
was
Unreal.
very nice. Like you could just see the fire in
His eyes.
his eyes and
Yeah.
in the team's eyes. They were so hyped up. I mean, I just feel like there's a new energy in that locker room that wasn't there with Eberflub, as I call him. But yeah, I mean,
Eberfloozer.
yeah, there
Not
you
last
go.
night.
Yeah, honestly, that game was outstanding.
Yeah, but I was really hoping for like a game cancellation so that it doesn't count for anyone.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
We talking parlays?
no, we're not talking parlays. It's just I hate both teams
Okay,
with
that's
a
fair.
burning passion.
And Jerry Jones didn't care if they win or lost because everyone talks about him either way. But hey, he got a little happier for the win, I guess.
No, it was just weird, seeing him. He was like the big stage and all the pregame stuff. Him and Micah, but like Micah didn't do anything until overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a huge sack to prevent a touchdown.
That was a very
That
huge
was
sack.
massive.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I was on TikTok this morning because, I wake up and then I just immediately scroll TikTok. Start off my day the right way.
I
Instead
do that to
of-
end my days.
Yeah,
like
I
night.
do. Me
Yeah.
too. But instead of eating breakfast, I scrolled TikTok. But I saw a video of a Packers fan watching the game last night, and it was absolute cinema because of how much he was raging. And I saw a comment saying, "You guys couldn't even beat the Cowgirls," and I thought that was funny.
Guess who did beat the Cowboys? The Bears.
That's
Bears.
right. That's right, baby.
Bears.
Bear down.
down.
Dude,
The Bears.
They were saying all week, oh, the Bears beat that awful team in Dallas. We're about to go smoke them, all this and that. It's like, hey, you guys tied them. We beat them by, what, 31 to 15?
We are
Hey,
not
Green
the
Bay,
same.
you ready for
We
December?
are not the
Yeah,
same.
they're not
Yep.
ready.
You ready for December?
I might be boots on the ground. We'll see.
I think we all. I think we got to try and make it a boots on the ground thing. Either one of those games.
Oh,
The
that's
Lambeau.
sick.
I want to go to the Lambeau game.
If it's not -15, I'd consider it.
Yeah, I mean, me and my buddies were talking about it because he's got a place like an hour north of Green Bay that like has a little lake and stuff. So we kind of want to do a Packers Bears trip.
Oh,
That'd be a
Nice.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That
Yeah.
would be fun.
That'd be the first year of my life I think I've been to multiple Bears games. I was at the opening game, but I'd like to see one that we come away with.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Yeah.
for sure.
I've only been to a preseason game. That was Mitch Trubisky's preseason debut
Really?
at Soldier Field. Yeah, shout out to Nolan wearing the Trubisky.
This guy's got a Mitch Trubisky jersey
tarp
on.
today.
Dude, you know what? All right, here's the thing. I wore it last week for the first time in probably about 3 years, and Luther Burden, also number 10, scored a touchdown. So,
Oh, so now this is going to be like a thing that you like a recurring theme for you, like you wear the Trubisky jersey.
as long as we're
Yeah.
doing this for Luther Burden, I'm fine with that. I'm a big Luther Burden guy, as I've said on the podcast.
You
so.
should wear
Yeah.
a 73 jersey just so Lucas Reichel does something.
Yeah, well, I think
Hey,
I think
for
the ship has
me-
sailed a little bit
for
on that
me-
one.
For me,
I don't really have the funds to go buy myself a Lucas Reichel
I don't
jersey.
care about a Lucas Reichel jersey. Just wear anything with a 73 on it.
Oh.
That'll lock him in, right?
Hey, you guys, come on, please.
No, I'm
For
trying to think if I
me.
have anything with a 73 in my inventory. I don't think I do.
I've got a 9. That's it.
I wouldn't say
Whatever.
73 is a number with crazy aura.
No.
Yeah. So.
Whatever, you guys. You just like being haters.
I have something for 27.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it.
Oh wait, no, it's a Jonathan Drouin jersey, but it's 92 instead of 27.
Oh my god.
okay.
You guys.
This guy's got the classics.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Womp
no, we should actually like sit down and like actually like. I think this would be a cool video if I went through all of my jerseys in my collection.
I
Yeah,
think
that'd
you
be a
should
lot
do
of fun.
that.
Yeah,
I think
that'd
you
be good
should.
content. Yeah, you probably have us all beat there.
Easily.
I have a decent collection myself, but
I've spent way too much on jerseys in my life. So.
that,
There you
that doesn't
go.
shock me. That don't. Yeah, you got Kubalik jersey too, don't you?
Dominic Kubalik.
That's right,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that's my dog right there. Don't ever disrespect the Church of Dom Kub.
All right. Well, I think neither the Bears or Cubs games were the biggest of the weekend. Clearly,
Absolutely
it was
not.
Clearly it
the
was the Chicago
Blackhawks
Blackhawks.
preseason wins this weekend. I say we start off with the one from last night, 4-1 win against the Wild. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Let's go, baby. This guy is so ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, the streets are so prepared for the Frank Nazar breakout season. We will be seated. We will be seated for the Frank Nazar breakout tour. Is this guy something or what? Hat
my
trick. I know it's
gosh.
only the preseason, but hey, we'll take those. We'll take those. A nice hat trick. Had the little 6'7" celly that somehow Darren Pang even knew the reference. So the Ugg still got it there. He's,
Ugg still got it.
He's
Still
right up
got
there
it.
at the trends.
Yes.
Elliot Friedman, on the other hand, doesn't seem to understand what 6'7" means, but Darren Pang does, I guess.
You know, there's a lot of people who are confused on the 6'7" thing, but I was actually very shocked at myself that Darren Pang was able to do that. But if it's anyone that cool, I
Bros.
think it's Darren Pang.
Bro's
Darren
got
Pang.
kids for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darren Pang is chronically online.
I could totally see that. So
He's like, I need to keep up with the trends nowadays. This is a young team. I need to understand their references.
Yeah, Unk still
Yeah,
got it.
I think the Blackhawks admin on Twitter is sick of it.
Oh no, the TikTok admin is so sick of it.
Bedard and Nazar have been repeating it like constantly. I think I need to make like a thread, like a compilation of Bedard's Nazar's 6'7" jokes.
If
A Saturday throwback idea?
that is a good Saturday throwback idea.
Maybe,
like maybe
yeah.
towards the end of the year, just all of their
Because they're gonna
all
keep
of their
doing
meme
it.
references.
They're gonna
throughout the
keep
year.
doing it. Yeah.
But
Dank
yeah,
memers over here.
Imagine Frank scores an overtime in the home opener against the Montreal Canadiens, and he just skates out to center ice and just
We have a Frank Nazar clip, right? I'd like to hear from him.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
hear from Frank.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from him.
Walking. Bert and Table were really good today, and honestly, it's not really. I just focus more on the process than the result, and I think we did a lot of good things today.
I agree with that last part a lot. You did do a lot of good things today. And I mean, it is a preseason hat trick, but I'm glad that, he is kind of mentioning that it is all about the process and not about the results.
Exactly.
But when the results look that good, I feel like, there's something to be said for both the results and the process.
I will say later in that clip, they asked him if he's going to keep the 6'7" Selly a thing. And he even joked around and said, I think we're just going to keep that in the preseason. So we're not going to be pulling out the 6'7" Selly in regular season play, or you might get in trouble for that. So
I will say, though, I think if anyone's going to pull it off, it's Frank to pull it off.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. That's fine. I'm not surprised that he did it, by the way. He's totally the type of guy who would do
Yeah.
it. He just has that aura and those vibes about it. It must be said, the Blackhawks vibes are taking a really nice positive turn here.
Yeah, take that one, San
Yeah.
Jose.
I mean, you could tell just with this younger lineup. I mean, last year we went into the season with the 5th oldest team in the league. This year, entering the season with the 5th youngest, I believe.
Yeah.
And you could see it just in the body language and just the atmosphere in the room. Like, this is going to be a fun season ahead.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I also would like to acknowledge the fact that Nazar is totally humble. I mean, you see how he gave credit to his teammates. He likes to give credit where credit is due, and I think that's incredibly important as well. Granted, of course, how you said when the results are that good, you have to acknowledge it, and I think everybody's acknowledging it. But it's really important to kind of give that credit to your teammates and not just hog it all.
No, for sure. But they were a big part there. Like, but do you see Bertuzzi's keep in the zone to make that first goal possible? It was a really nice keep in the power play there. Which that power play was absolutely cycling around, man. It was looking really good.
Yeah, that did look really good.
yeah.
I thought Tyler Bertuzzi looked absolutely
I
unreal
think he
last
assisted
night.
on at least 2 of his goals, right?
Yeah,
He had a
it
really
was 2.
solid
Yeah, the
game.
first 2.
Yeah, and Tavo as well. He set him up for an easy tap in for that first goal. So
I'm very excited for that line this year. If they
I like that.
decide
It's
to
gonna
roll
be
that
a good
out.
line, yeah.
I'm glad they kept those 3 together. They played them a lot towards the end of last year, and you could totally see the chemistry of those 3 players. So I'm glad we're keeping that going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So.
Is it weird to try and ask for a point prediction for these 3 or?
Yeah, I think Nazar, I think 50 points honestly isn't giving him enough credit. I think he
70
could be
plus.
pushing. I think he could be pushing 70. I think meet in the middle. I'd say he'll probably go around 60 points for Nazar. I think he's capable of hitting 70 plus, but I think he's probably going to be a bit of a climb to that, a gradual climb.
Just like last season, yeah.
Yeah. 50 easily, if he plays the 82.
Yeah.
So I think somewhere in the middle, I think 60 points is pretty cheap. Well, even for them, that would still be doubling his total from last year, which to be fair, he didn't play all 82 games last year. So
Yeah.
this is going to be his first true full season where he starts the year in October. So
I'm gonna call it right now. 67 points.
he's going to
Really?
do it. Bedard had 67 points last year,
Yeah,
right?
he
so,
did,
now,
yeah.
Respects the
Yeah.
man.
so now Nazar is going to do it, right? He's going to keep the trend going there. Bedard was on that before it was cool, before it was mainstream, right?
This team really is for the youths, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love to see that. But in terms of Bertuzzi and Tavo, I think Bertuzzi could have a better year. Everything I'm hearing from reports in training camp, he just looks considerably better. He looks refreshed. He looks even lighter and quicker. So I think he had 46 points last year. I want to see him above 50. I think he could do that. I hope he could do that.
Yeah. I do want to bring up the last full season that he had under Blashill with the Red Wings. He had 62 points.
Wow.
So yeah,
There you go.
I think it's asking for a bit on this team, but if Nazar is punching around 60, 70, maybe Bertuzzi can as well, But I think if he's in the 40, 50 range, that's probably what I expect out of
Yeah.
Bertuzzi. I expect more points wise out of a guy like Teravainen. He had 58 last year. It felt like he should have had more, honestly.
Yeah.
He went through stretches where I felt like every game he was on the board, and then he went through other stretches where you didn't really notice him a ton, especially towards the end of the year. So I'd like to see more consistency, less hot and cold play from him this year. I think he could easily get in the 60, 70 point range.
Yeah,
Teravainen, at least the 50-ish.
I think I would set the floor with Teravainen 55, Bertuzzi 50, and I think Nazar 50, but I think Nazar's ceiling is greater than
lot
both
higher.
of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
sure.
if he plays, assuming no health issues, he's gonna be the top producer on that
And
line.
and I've been saying this all offseason, if he finds a way to start finishing on those breakaways, he will be a 30
And
goal
that's
scorer.
the thing, he's starting to finish. I think the second goal was far more impressive. The speed that he showed entering the zone there, and then just wired one in on Gus.
Yes.
That was an impressive goal. He had so many opportunities like that last year that he didn't finish.
Mm-hmm.
The announcers even said he didn't have a multi-goal game all of last year. Just kind of shocking to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit crazy.
And
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a few this year. I think he's going to wire that puck in. I could see him scoring 25, 30 plus goals.
Yeah.
I could see it. He's more of a playmaker, but man, he's just shots. He's got a decent shot too. It's not Bedard, but it's a deceptive shot. So
Yeah.
I think he can put a lot more pucks than that this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Blashill maybe giving us what we want, which is a consistent line. I mean, obviously it's preseason, so they're going to try a bunch of different combos, but especially with the solidifying that line with Nazar, Bertuzzi, and Teravainen, I feel like they're building the chemistry. We're starting to see that, and it's not changing. So I feel like I've been asking for that for a while. I mean, last year was just ridiculous with how much it changed. So I really hope that they kind of keep this up and really stick with those lines and keep them consistent and allow them to build that chemistry.
No, for sure. I think at the very least, that's what I want out of Blast Show is less of the the juggling of the lines and putting them in the shakes and kind of like what Richardson and Sorensen would do. The line blenders. That's what I was looking for. I found that eventually. So less of that would be nice. Nazar wasn't the only noticeable Hawk in that game last night.
How about Bedard's pass on his second?
Are we really gonna not talk about Bedard's spinorama pass right there? Shades of 88.
Nazar was so good in that game. I hardly noticed Bedsy until that moment. Like he had a really nice behind the back no look assist to Donato that was very reminiscent of Patrick Kane's no look assist to Marian Hossa in 2011. I pointed that out in my story, and then I see a post about it. But I want to say I was on that first.
You were,
actually.
yeah,
very Showtime.
W Justin's in the chat. Stick taps to
Nah,
Justin.
you don't need to do that.
NHL account. Give credit where credit is due.
There you go.
And then I see a bunch of people in the comments who were just like, the Bedard hate, the forced Bedard hate in 2025 is so old. Like this guy could do anything and people will find a way to hate.
You guys are just salty that he's not on your team.
I mean, it's the old saying from the interview. They hate us because they ain't us.
It's all Canucks fans in the comments.
Exactly.
His home is in Chicago.
He did say,
He did say that
Yep,
during the
I'm from
Sherwood
Chicago.
interview.
Yeah.
And then
He
he
did
said,
say
well, I'm not from here, but I play here. But we heard what you said first, Connor.
We're taking this out of context.
We know
yeah.
what you really mean there, so we appreciate that. But no, it's still a solid game for Beds. I wouldn't say, unlike the first game, I wouldn't say he was the best player on the ice, but he was still very good and very solid. He and Donato clearly have not lost anything, and I would staple Ryan Donato to his wing this year. Staple him. Take a stapler and just connect Bedard to Donato. I do not want to see Donato taken off of Bedard's wing. Just give him one guy to play with on a night-to-night basis. So I want to see Donato with Bedard every night. The third guys are interchangeable. And I will say this, early game one overreaction, I don't think Burakovsky's going to last in that line very long. Because he was not noticeable at all.
I've got one guy who I want on that line.
Oliver Moore.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
He was good again last night. More impressive in the Saturday game. Oliver was more impressive in the Saturday game.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see.
I got you. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, let's discuss that a little bit. I mean, just that.
what a crazy play.
Yeah.
Should we get his take on it?
Yeah, let's hear from Oliver Moore. Yeah.
Celebrating on your own there. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I've definitely never experienced that. I mean, I didn't even know what was going on behind me. I shot the puck, I scored, and then I looked back waiting for my teammates to come celebrate with me, and they're all in a brawl. So nothing like that has ever happened, but we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Well, we will absolutely take it.
By the way, Oliver Moore, I believe he's taken ownership of the St. Louis Blues. He had that overtime winner against them in the Prospect Showcase, and then he has the GWG in the preseason game against them. Like, Oliver Moore
he just shows up.
Blues lose.
He just can't stop. He's a big fan of the Blues lose, right? He owns the St. Louis Blues. So you love to see that. Definitely one of the game-winning goals of all time. Like, I mean, it probably should have been whistled, but it wasn't. And hey, any player you're taught play to the whistle, and he did. So, and Colin Dog, he's really the guy who created that goal. Very effective physically. Had some really solid hits in that game. In fact, we've got a stat here. He's got 12 hits in 2 preseason games. If Colin Dach is going to be an everyday NHL player, like that's the way he has to play, and that's how he's been playing this preseason. So no, I like what I saw from him last year. It's a shame he went out with an injury, but he's healthy now, and he just looks really motivated to assert himself a spot in this team. And frankly, I think he's already got a spot in this team. So the way he's played, I thought, besides Moore, I thought he was the most noticeable player in that game against the Blues, and he really created that goal there. And it's good to see Moore as well. Like we talked about Nazar working on his finishing. Moore clearly has too, because he's got a sneaky little shot as well. And like I like to see him bury some this year. Still looking for that first career goal. He had 4 assists in 9 games last year. I think if he makes this team, which I think he will, I'm going to say it right now. I think Moore's spot on this team is looking pretty damn good.
I do want to ask a question though. Are we outraged if he doesn't make this team?
I don't know about outraged.
I'm
but
upset.
I'll be
Like,
upset. I'll be upset.
I'm upset.
Because frankly, look, I know we don't want to rush players, but I am of the opinion if a player clearly shows that he's ready for the NHL, there's no reason, no matter what his age is, that he shouldn't be in the NHL. And when I watch Oliver Moore in this preseason play, that is an NHL player. That is not a Rockford Ice Hawk. Even the game last night, every time he's out there, you notice him. I mean, I just don't think that's a guy who needs more AHL time. Like, I think he's ready to go. He had a nice sample size last year, and I don't think he needs the Frank Nazar treatment. I don't think he does. Like, you can't tell me there are 12 guys on this team, who are more NHL ready and more deserving of a spot than Oliver. Like, you can't convince me of that. And he should be on this team, Oliver Moore, 1,000%. I'd much rather see him playing those third line minutes than Jason Dickinson and Nick Foligno. Like, let's play the future. That's what it's all about. That's why you don't sign anybody in the offseason, right? Let's let the kids cook. I want to see Oliver Moore October 7th against Florida.
Yeah, I think on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you be upset if Oliver Moore is not on the team going to Florida?
About a 6 or 7.
Charlie.
Oh my God!
I do agree with that, but it's just like the joke has been overplayed already, and we still have so much more of the show to go.
Yeah, that's just I had to get my debut in. I don't think I've ever said that here. So
a 6.5.
But no, realistically, a little more than halfway up the scale, because I think, like Justin alluded to, the point of not signing anyone and putting Davidson fully into rebuild mode here and seeing what the young guys got is what this year is all about. Mm-hmm. So I don't see any reason why not to have him start in the NHL against the Panthers.
Yeah, I believe in not rushing the process, but I also don't believe in just playing kids in the AHL just for the sake of playing them in the AHL. If they need it, like Nick Lardis, he clearly needs it. He was a part of the the players who were sent down to Rockford in training camp cuts today. Like Nick Lardis, you could tell needs some AHL time. I don't think Oliver Moore needs it. Every player is different. Every player's development is different. And everything I've seen out of Oliver Moore in training camp preseason, he's an NHL-ready player. So, yeah, I would be pretty upset. Again, would it be the worst thing in the world in the long term? Probably not, because I think if he was to play in the AHL, he could very much have that Frank Nazar trajectory where he was, clipping it well over a point per game. I think he wouldn't be down there very long. Like, I think first injury, he's up and probably wouldn't be sent back down. So, whether he's on the opening night roster or not, like he's going to be playing the bulk of the games this year. I can confidently say that. But I think he will be on the opening night roster. I think he will.
Nat, your thoughts? Do you think would you be pissed if Oliver Moore doesn't make the roster?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I would just be upset about it. He's got it. I wouldn't be surprised if they sent him down to Rockford, though. I mean, he is young and he's developing pretty well, but I feel like he's developing at the speed that we need him to in order to make this roster come opening night. And I just think if you keep working on his speed and you keep him up there and you keep putting him on a line with players that he works with, I definitely think that he should stay up there. I mean, I would be upset, but if it's for the best and if the coaching staff thinks it's for the best, then I would understand. I'd be upset, but I'd understand.
Yeah, I would agree. I think my take on this is, I mean, where do you put him in the lineup so that you're not making sure that, so that you're making sure that you're getting the most out of him?
Honestly, I don't hate your idea of putting on Bedard's wing. Like, would that be kind of throwing him to the wolves?
Yeah,
maybe it would be a little bit, but man, just a Donato Bedard Moore line. Like,
hey, it's worked out in my NHL 25 franchise mode, so why can't it work in real life?
Again,
if it's the most realistic NHL video game, why can't it work in real life?
Maybe you don't do that like day one, but you work him into that role, because I think Oliver Moore on Bedard's wing, like just with his speed and what he could do there, like I think that could be a nasty connection.
So then, where would you start him night one? Obviously you don't start him on line one in your scenario.
Probably the third line, because I don't know if you really want to break up that Tavo Nazar Burt line.
Absolutely not. You do not want to touch that. So you probably
play him on the third line with some defensively responsible player like a Dickinson,
Mikheyev,
and then like a Doc or Mikheyev. I think Mikheyev and Moore's speed could complement each other well. So Moore, Mikheyev, Doc, that could be a third line maybe.
Yeah, I like that. Or more Dickinson, Mikheyev.
Yeah, that could be an option too. Then Moore's
just
in the
a defensive shutdown line.
Yeah. I don't really know if I want more in that kind of a defensive shutdown role. Like, I know he's a solid defensive player, but like, I also want to see him get the opportunities. You know.
No, I 100% agree.
I think
Yeah.
I'd rather see like a fourth line of like, I don't know, Dickinson, Foligno, Swagger. That could be your shutdown, or Dickinson, Foligno, Lafferty, something like that. Like, I want more on a more exciting line.
You know, I do hate bringing this up, but there's one name that we have not mentioned within the bottom six.
Oh boy,
Here we go. Lucas Reichel.
Oh, no.
Justin, do you want to break the news?
I mean, it's stuff we've sort of been hearing, but if you check the Athletic today, there's another Lucas Reichel update by Scott Powers, and basically he's saying Lucas Reichel's future is up in the air. I mean, yeah, we know this, but it sounds like it's pretty imminent. Like within the week, we're gonna know like what's gonna happen with him. Whether I think a lot of it's gonna depend on how he finishes out this preseason. Right, he's probably gonna get a rep in most of the home games here that are left, the 3 games left. So we'll see what he does there. But Davidson said it, like he had to prove himself. He had to have like a camp that was so impressive to where he would warrant a spot on the team over a Ryan Green or an Oliver Moore or somebody of that nature, right? And they're kind of in a spot now where the patience is up, and they're not going to have him on the roster over these other young prospects you have coming up in the lineup, right? So I think they've been willing to make a move there. I'm not sure how much interested suitors there have been, thus far. Probably not many because we haven't seen a move made yet. So we'll see with him, right? But at the moment, he's definitely 13th forward. Like he's the scratch right now, and I think they'd rather probably have Oliver Moore and Ryan Green on this team than Lucas Reichel. So we'll see what happens. Again, it's not done and dusted, but just based off of the language of that article, it sounds like a Reichel trade could be pretty soon here, which I will say Reichel's looked okay in the preseason.
Yeah.
But he's just been okay.
Yeah, just okay.
Just okay is not going to cut it for him at this point.
Just okay is not okay.
I'm sorry,
Right,
Nat.
yeah.
I'm really sorry, Nat.
I'm in distress. I am in distress. Honestly, I personally thought he played very well on Saturday. I thought he was a little bit more defensive. I thought he really kind of got that back up. I mean, that pass was just pretty good. I mean, it wasn't able to be finished, but
I'm so sorry.
You guys, I am in mourning. Next time I come here, I will be wearing all black. Yeah,
For Lucas's funeral.
The Reichel. Reichel's time with the Hawks funeral.
You guys, I mean, I can't.
They're there.
They're there.
It's okay. It's okay.
When you said break the news, I thought like he just got traded.
No. Let me check.
I knew that.
Let me refresh
I knew
Hawks.
that.
Let me refresh Hawks Twitter real quick.
That.
Make sure he hasn't been traded.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not yet. Yeah, no.
Another question mark that I think we need to get into that we didn't really get into on Sunday was Alex Vlasic being day to day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, which honestly, actually, like, I think is we dodged a bullet there. I mean, just when I saw the tweet that he left the Hawks bench and didn't return to the game initially, and I saw it from Ben Pope, Alex Vlasic left the game with an injury. I was nervous, like
Yeah.
But now it sounds like day to day, and we'll learn more. I'd imagine Hawks aren't practicing today, so I'm not sure if we'll learn anything today. But back in action tomorrow against the Wings for the UC for the first time, so that'll be nice. But,
Detroit sucks.
But yeah, if it's truly day to day, that means Vlasic should be back. He shouldn't miss any regular season action.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
Yeah, worst case, he's out for the opener. But
here's the thing with hockey injuries. They don't want to give too much away,
Yeah,
you group it in
just
between
lower body,
lower body and upper body, and then
Yeah.
it could be day to day. It could be 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, seriously, that's the mystery of hockey injuries.
That's the thing.
I wish we had a little bit more clarity.
Yeah, they haven't really done a proper evaluation left. So, I mean, again, right now it's day to day. So we're going to assume right now, we're not going to speculate. We're going to assume that we're going to take them at their word there and hope that he should be back. At worst case, he's out for the preseason. He's back Tuesday against Florida. So hopefully, because I will say that defense needs him. It's a very young defense.
Yeah.
It's a very green defense. And I think they need Alex Vlasic. So I sincerely hope that the injury is nothing serious.
I really don't feel comfortable rolling out Nolan Allen on pair one with Sam Renzel. So
you probably want your boy Del Mastro up there.
Yeah, but I mean, there's been conflicting reports about how he's been the first 3 games. I think he's been up and down, but that's going to happen in preseason, right? That's going to happen with a young defensive partner and Sam Renzel still trying to adjust to the league. Him himself is still trying to adjust to the league because he is also still Calder eligible, isn't he?
Who's that? Sorry.
Ethan Del Mastro.
I don't know. He's played 26 games, right? But he played 24 the 1 year. So isn't it 25 games?
He was in our prospects list, so he had to have been Calder eligible.
Okay. I guess he still is. All right. Well, there you go. Not to steal your thunder there, Nolan. I don't think Ethan Del Mastro is going to be in the Calder race.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just putting it in perspective as to like, hey, he's only played 26 NHL games himself. Like he's going to have learning curves as a young defenseman.
Yeah, sure.
Like I do think that his upside is similar to Vlasic's. In a sense. I'm not saying that he's going to turn into Alex Vlasic. I'm saying that he's going to turn into a Alex Vlasic light.
Okay. That's
where
fair.
he could be, like a high-end third pair, low-end second pair defenseman.
Okay.
I am not saying that he's becoming Alex Vlasic. But I've seen shades of Alex Vlasic.
You've seen shades.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll see.
This isn't as egregious in your mind as the Rantanen and Robinson.
I still can't believe
we can get into that more.
We'll
in the
get
NHL
into
hour.
that later. That's an NHL hour topic, and we may have to revisit that. I'll say another guy I want to give his flowers to, Drew Commesso, CHR legend.
CHR legend Drew Commesso.
He was just sent down to Rockford, but man, he was outstanding last night. 28 saves and 29 shots. Like he was phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in Rockford this year, and I really hope he'll get some reps with the Hawks for sure. I'll say goaltending in general, everybody's looked good. Soda looked good. Knight looked good. Commesso looked good.
You even go back to the Tom Curvers and
our Russian goalie looks
Stan
good.
looks good. I thought Owen Flores didn't look bad in that second game either.
So
I don't think
goaltending is really not a concern right now.
No,
not at all. I think it might be the least of our concerns, actually.
That's why we got to get rid of Soderblom and put Commesso on the big team.
I don't hate that at all. I just wanted to throw this out here to Drew Comesso's last 23 games. 16-5-2 with a 2.05 goals allowed average, 925 save percentage, and 3 shutouts.
He said it himself. I fully believe in it. He's NHL ready right now.
He is NHL ready.
I think he is too. There just isn't a spot for him right now, unfortunately. Unless they wanted to roll 3 goalies, but you don't really see that very often.
No.
So.
I mean, I didn't even like that at the tail end of last year after we got Knight and before we traded Peter Mrazek away.
Yeah, it was an awkward situation. So, but yeah, I do think he's going to get reps this year. There's no question about that. Especially how much shots Soda and Knight are going to be facing. You don't want to see an injury, but they're going to have a lot of action this year. They will be probably having a split tandem there, but Commesso he's ready to go if they need him for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. He should get an opportunity there for sure. So that'll be nice to see. Looking forward to that, seeing CHR legend Drew Commesso go off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, another guy I wanted to talk about a little bit is Nick Lardis. I touched on earlier, he was sent down to Rockford as part of these second waves of training camp cuts here. Not really shocking. Like a part of me was hoping if he had a really just insane camp preseason, maybe he could sneak on the roster, but I'm not really surprised. It did seem clear based on the tape I've seen that he definitely needs some time with Rockford. He looked good on the prospect showcase. He's had some looks in the preseason, but I think he would have had to have an insane camp to make the team. It just didn't really happen. So no worries there. I think some AHL time will be helpful for him.
I do think we see him by the end of the year, though.
Oh yeah, I still maintain. I think in the 2026 portion of the season, I think we'll be
post trade deadline. Whenever potential Jason Dickinson is gone, Ilya Mikheyev is gone.
Yeah,
maybe even Nick Foligno.
You want to trade our alternate captain?
I want to trade the captain.
Dude, I'm with you. I've seen a lot that I've agreed with of people being like, yeah, I mean, if Foligno is going to be your captain, you have him on the 4th line, and there's young guys knocking on the door. What do you do? Like this guy's going to be a scratch by the end of the year for some games, maybe. That's what people were saying, and I was like, I don't quite get it to that point, but
I think Foligno, he can still perform. I don't think he's lost.
He's not washed.
There.
He's not washed.
He's still a solid 4th line player, but
and
I know what you mean,
he's valuable in his leadership
from his
role
leadership
for
perspective.
Sure. We should see cliff diver bobbleheads like the Sharks have sleepover bobbleheads.
If Foligno's, as long as he's having that type of impact in the room, I think he's valuable here. Even if his on ice play takes a dip, which he's 37 years old, you'd expect. I still value Nick Foligno's contributions.
He'll put up 30, 35 points, maybe 40.
I will say Jason Dickinson, though, is a guy where,
I
don't really think we need him anymore. So, yeah, that's definitely a guy like trade deadline.
Guys, I've got a theory about this.
What?
You guys want to hear my little theory?
Is this Tinfoil Hat Monday with Nolan?
This is Tinfoil Hat Monday because obviously we don't do Tuesday or Thursday shows. This is Tinfoil Hat Monday with Nolan. The game before the trade deadline is against the Vancouver Canucks on March 6th. That's a Friday night. The theme of it is like the future, I think, if you were to trade Nick Foligno at the trade deadline, that the future would, essentially take over that game. You got guys like Lardis coming up. You guys got guys like Moore coming up, full time if he's not full time already, which I think he should be full time already. The potential of another forward like Sansavois coming up, or like, obviously the. Oh, come on, Charlie. Come on.
Savoie does wear 6'7".
Yeah, I get that he wears 6'7". All right, but come on. I was trying to be serious here.
All right. We're very serious. Yeah. Let's get back to being serious, people. No fun allowed.
No fun allowed. The no fun league. Shout out the NFL. Here's my big thing though. I think obviously you won't have the European guys done. Kantarov, I don't believe ends until late March, and Frundell, I think the earliest that he would come over is like late March, I think. Boisvert, hopefully, Boisvert's going deep into the Frozen Four this year. I would love to see him, try and fight for a national championship like Ryan Green did. Came up very short with last year, another BU Terrier. But I think, if you were to try and turn over the future, that futures game would have to be that game before the trade deadline against Vancouver. So that's one game that I think everyone should look out for this year.
And that was the funnest part of last year, is that March-April stretch where we had all these young guys come in. We had the Levshinovs and the Renzels and the Moores and the Greens. And we're going to see another wave of that this year with probably Frundell, Kantarov, and the like. So that'll be very exciting to watch for sure. Boisvert as well. So
Boisvert, maybe a little bit of mustard.
I think he's a ways away, but hopefully we could
shout out the Friars.
Yeah, shout out the Providence Friars. I was actually doing some fun research. Do you guys know how many teams that like Kyle Davidson has picked multiple players off of?
Like 8.
The exact amount?
No, not the exact amount. I just want you to think about this. Like,
Bradford's one of them.
Brantford's one of them.
Minnesota's one.
Minnesota,
Providence,
the Seattle Thunderbirds, Providence. You've got what was another one? BU, yeah. BU's another big one. You guys just took all my examples. Thanks.
Sorry, bud.
I do have a potential for I think maybe next year we see that too.
Could be. Davidson definitely has his sort of areas like where his little scouting regions where you could tell he prefers players in those little segments.
Yeah, I was watching the Kamloops game. Watching our guy Nathan Bame.
He looks good.
He looks
that was a
very
great shot. What was it? Just below the hash marks, kind of off on the side. He got a nice snipe
he has
off.
4 points at 2 games. So
far? 3 goals, 1 assist. Yeah, no, he looked good. But the other guy I want to look at, and I get that we're getting into prospect talk now. Let's get into let's get prospect talk. We're getting into the 2026 draft a little bit.
Oh boy.
I really like JP Hurlburt. JP Hurlburt is a guy, 5'11" wing from the U.S. He plays with Kamloops, plays with Nathan Bem, and he just absolutely took over this weekend.
JP, what the Hellebert?
Oh my god!
I think he could be a guy you target with the Florida pick. I was seeing that Daily Faceoff has ranked him around 40, I think, on elite prospects.
I hate to think like this, but I mean, the Florida pick could actually be a pretty decent pick this year. Like
it could turn into the Toronto pick from last year. It could turn into Tampa. Both teams that you thought were going to go to the Stanley Cup Finals lose in the first round.
It could be. I mean, they're a banged up squad, so you never know. I mean, they wouldn't shock me if they somehow found a way in the playoffs again that wound up being pick 32, but maybe not. Maybe that's a mid-round pick. And in the 2026 draft, having 2 top picks like that, not to get in the draft talk already, but if we look at this 26 draft as being the final haul, I think the Hawks are in a pretty prime position there to definitely.
JP Hurlburt, I want to talk a little bit more about him. Ranked 29th from Daily Faceoff, our guy Stephen Ellis.
29th. Oh, okay.
29th. So there's a potential.
You expect him to go up.
I mean, you look at his stats through the first 3 games: 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points, and
9 points in 3 games.
9 points in 3 games. Yeah, it's playing with Nathan Bem too.
He's going to
the University of Michigan next year.
Okay, well, Hawks left their Michigan players.
I know.
Right.
Yeah,
or Michigan State.
Or MSU.
Shout out Dunks, right?
Shout out Artie Party.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about
defense? Yeah. Defense from Michigan State, offense from Michigan. Let's get this.
I love it. I love it.
How about Anton Frundell, first SHL goal in
Congratulations,
Sweden.
Anton. That was awesome.
A nice net front
That was a
tip.
Beautiful tip out in front.
Yeah, Bertuzzi-esque tip from Anton Frundell. Never thought those are words I'd say, but good to see. I think he's at a goal, 2 assists in 6 games so far. So about half a point per game. Decent to start.
Which I mean, you're adjusting to another
the top
pro
league in
as,
Sweden
as an 18-year-old.
You're an 18-year-old playing in a league league with grown men. Like, it's not going to come easy to start, but I think he's held his own. He's looked comfortable. He's made good plays even when he's not getting points in those other games. So yeah, I mean, I think the best is yet to come in the next few weeks for sure.
I would like to see him more with that Vigo Bjork.
Yeah.
Vigo Bjork is probably going to be a top 5 to 10 pick next year. I think Vigo Bjork is insane.
That could be a Hawk.
That could be a Hawk.
Blackhawk.
Speaking of Hawks, CHR legend Marek Vanacker scored a goal this weekend.
Yes, he did.
There you go.
Yes, he did.
Love to see that.
Shout out to him.
Love to see the CHR legends cooking. They're both sent down, but love to see that. I think the future is very bright for Comesso and Vanacker. I think he could have a big season here. Back to full health. Not missing any time this year. No recovering from surgeries or the like. So I think he can definitely carry that Brantford team and have a big season for
And
sure.
then news from over in Russia, I think Nolan's ready to share.
Yeah, I've been ready to share this for the entire
boy.
podcast. Roman Kanserov adds another goal and an assist today. 5 goals, 5 points, or 5 assists for 10 points in 10 games.
Wow.
He's now point per game in the KHL,
Wow.
which, I mean, is just unreal. When you think about that, I was looking at a stat today from my guy Maxwell on Twitter. It is the best point per game since Kirill Kaprizov in the KHL for a U22 forward.
Wow.
And he's playing center. Kaprizov was playing wing.
Better than Ivan Demidov.
I mean, he had better point per game numbers than Ivan Demidov last year.
Yeah, nobody talked about it. Kanserov, I saw a YouTube video from MSC Films, I believe.
Yeah, I also watched that. That was a very good video.
Blackhawks' best kept secret, Roman Kanserov. It really is. Like, I mean, I think the prospect gurus know about him, but like the mainstream media is not really telling you much about Roman Kanserov.
That's why I'm trying to spread the propaganda right now. I'm dead serious. Like, I think he could be Connor Bedard's line mate next year.
Yeah.
Next year.
I can't disagree with you. Like, all I've seen from him, like, he has that top 6 potential 100%.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of guys like take that progression through KHL like this, I feel.
No.
And
It's been a steady climb.
Yeah, the ones that do, like, they
become studs.
They ended up being, very productive to all-star caliber NHL players.
Yes.
And just interesting tweet from Byron Bader looking at his little player game score profile.
Yeah.
He said from the limited sample, the essentially worst case scenario comparison for him is Kali Yarncroc, which is like, what? If that's the worst case.
Oh, worst case.
For
Okay.
an overseas
What's
player.
the best case?
The best case he's throwing out here.
Because I've seen comps to Martin St. Louis.
I've seen those as well. Yeah. He did not give a two-pronged answer here. It was just kind of the worst case. But yeah, I saw that old tweet about St. Louis as well. Also from Byron Bader. Good prospect guy on Twitter.
Yeah, great prospect
follow.
guy. Yeah.
I also wanted to show a game score out of Frank Nazar. This is across all the Sunday, September 28th preseason games in the NHL. The top 5 in goals share, or I believe that's the stat they're showing, not game score. Yeah, goals share. The top 5 is Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Jack Hughes, Frank Nazar, and Bradley Nadeau.
Yeah, that's not bad company.
That's
to
not
be
bad
in,
company
right?
for Frank to be in
I mean, to
at
be
all.
the company of Bradley and Nadeau. Pretty special.
Yeah, that's
He is
definitely
a
the
guy
one.
that
Chicago
I did.
Wolves legend.
He is a guy that I wanted the Hawks to take at one point. I think he's going to be
he's a pretty solid
stud.
prospect.
Bottom
but-
5 skaters. Nick Foligno's on that list.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. The Unk might
boy.
not still got it.
Also, shout out
Unk
Max
does not have it.
Sasson, a friend of a friend. He's also on the bottom 5. But,
poor
he'll turn
Max.
things around. He's got a good career on his way.
Yeah, well, I want to finish this on Kanserov real quick. Just kind of looking at his KHL stats here. Just this climb. Look at this. 15 points in 53 games. Then he had 13, 23 in the playoffs. So he had almost as much in the playoffs his first year in KHL compared to the regular season.
I think that he led his team in game-winning goals in the postseason when they won
So
the
he's
Gagarin Cup.
clutch. You love to see that.
Yeah,
Then last year, 38 points in 47 games and, just under a point per game. And this year, 10-10 so far. So every year he gets better and better. That's what you want to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Roman Candle and the Blackhawks. That will be absolute cinema. We look forward to that.
I just think
told.
that, Roman Kanserov, I seriously do think, I mean, the sky's the limit with this kid. He has been absolutely unreal. Just turned 21 last week. So, I mean, sky's absolutely the limit. No one talks about him, and I think people should be talking about him.
Well, we here at CHR will continue to give Roman Kanserov his flowers because, frankly, he deserves
10
it.
points in 8 games. I mean, you should be talked about more.
Yes. Before we head to NHL out here, I would like to glaze myself for a minute if you don't click.
Oh,
if you don't
absolutely.
mind.
Go ahead, Justin.
Jimmy Hockey on YouTube is one of the top NHL content creators, and I actually recorded a video of him over the weekend where we went to a Blackhawks deep dive. Carpig was in the video as well as an NHL Chell content creator on YouTube. So look out for that within the next week. I'll let you know about that. But I think towards the end of the week, look forward to that. I make an appearance, a guest appearance on that video. So I'm looking forward to that. That was really fun to shoot this weekend, and yeah, just it was nice to be a guest. Like I'm used to like talking to guests. It was nice to be a guest. So I hate glazing myself. I just had to mention that. So I'm sorry about that.
Dubs in the chat for Justin.
No,
that's awesome.
Justin deserves his stick taps. Justin deserves his flowers more than anyone here. So it's stick taps, Justin. That's my captain. That's my captain.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate that. The glaze is.
It's very necessary. Don't you worry.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, known Nazar acquaintance, Justin over here.
That's right. Yeah, I met him, so clearly. I mean, how about that? I saw you comment on the post. The first game after Frank Nazar meets me, I guess that would be the second game. But anyway,
It was.
the second
I was
game.
going to reply to his comment and be like, I think he played the first preseason game, but I didn't want to do all that.
He did.
Sorry, I just got way too excited.
The likes were rolling in on the comment and no one noticed, so you're all good.
So keep me incognito and don't expose me again. I would appreciate that.
The week after he meets me, drops a hattie. Frank the Tank and St. Aura. Can't glaze that man enough, and I'll continue to glaze him in the NHL hour when we get to our segment talk. But anyway, I think that will do it for Blackhawks hour today. And join us other side for NHL hour. We got a guest in the queue, a Utah Mammoth guest, Chase Beardsley. We will be talking to him soon on the NHL hour. Coming to you soon. Welcome back, CHR enjoyers, to the NHL Hour of CHR Monday. Let's go, baby. Let's get hyped up. We are back from the break, and we are ready to break down some NHL action. Let's go. We were going to have a guest on today. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we will no longer be doing that, unfortunately. So apologies to that. But that's all right. We got a good NHL hour on cue right now.
We do want to thank Chase for his patience on
Yes.
this. I mean, this
Yes,
is obviously
definitely.
not an ideal situation. Chase was an absolute pro about it, so sick
Yes.
taps to Chase for
Yes,
this.
Yes.
We'll have you on soon. I sincerely apologize.
Yes.
for
Yeah,
this.
we just talked to him before the break, and he was outstanding and understanding. And we just want to express our appreciation because we know that this is not what we wanted to happen. And he was just an absolute legend about it. And
Yeah, absolute pro stick taps.
I want to give my genuine thanks to him for that because I know it's inconvenient. I know carved out his time to be on here, and we just greatly appreciate it, and we send our apologies.
No, for sure. And we will have him back on in the future.
Of
Absolutely. At a
course.
better time. So appreciate that. All right. I believe it is segment time here. I believe
Yes,
it's
it
time
is.
for our Monday 3 stars of the week.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's get right into it. Who would like to lead us off?
Wow, a
Justin,
lot
you
of
should.
takers.
I guess I'm leading us off. All right. Let me
Pressure is on.
Let me pull up my 3 stars here. Just give me 1 sec. All right, here we go. All right. 3rd star of the week is Portillo's. I had their
Portillo's. There
Yes.
you
Not sponsored.
go.
No
free
free
ads.
ads. No free ads. I last week when I was doing some NHL articles, I had an itch. I had an itch in my stomach. I had a craving for Portillo's hot dogs.
Hankering, if you will.
So yeah, that is what I did, and I gotta say, it's been a while since I last had Portillo's, and it's just as delicious as I remember it being. So the jumbo dog fries and the large chocolate milkshake. You gotta have a large.
I will say this. I went to Portillo's, I believe it was about 10 days ago now. I didn't realize that they sold beer.
Bro,
They
what?
do. The goblet of beer.
The goblet,
give you
yeah.
a
Didn't know that the goblet of
chalice.
fire.
Dude,
Harry
that was
Potter
it was the
reference.
first time I've
Dude.
ever done it, and I think it changed
It
my
was
life.
legendary,
A
right?
blue
It
moon
changed
and
my
a
life.
beef.
There you go.
It wasn't a blue moon.
It was
a,
like Lagunitas.
no, it was a great tasting, less filling, only 96 calorie Miller Lite.
They did not have Miller Lite
Miller
at
Lite
the one
is-
I went
that's the
to.
goat right there. That's the goat. No free ads.
Uh-huh.
No free ads.
Yes. Yeah. So Portillo's 3rd star of the week, and definitely.
What do you get on your hot dog?
I just get it plain.
A plain jumbo glizzy.
I'm a plain guy. I'm a boring guy.
You
I
don't-
feel like
yeah.
mine
You
is
get nothing?
controversial.
You get nothing.
No, I don't get
Nothing.
any toppings. I just
Nothing.
like raw dogging the hot dog. So,
Oh my! Wow, that is insane.
Honestly, I feel like mine is very controversial. Not gonna lie. I
Your hot dog order?
Yes. For the record, I do not like hot dogs unless they are from Portillo's.
Boo, boo, Wendy,
Boo, Wendy, Testaburger, boo. But honestly, I get the liquid cheese sauce with a pickle on it. And that
That's
is
not
all I
controversial. That
get.
actually sounds delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know a lot
I
of people.
mean, the
I was
pickle's a
gonna
little
say
bit.
That's not controversial because that's awful. But
Yeah.
I guess until I try it, I can't
You
really.
can't knock it
Yeah,
until
I can't
you try
really
it.
say
It
anything.
did change my life in the best way possible. So, yeah, I mean, please try it. That is my recommendation. No free ads, though.
No.
but
I will
Yes.
say I will have a cheeseburger with just cheese and pickle. So
that is,
you know, if it's a beef hot dog, we're kind of looking at the same thing.
you know what?
here.
I
Yeah.
like cheeseburgers with no cheese.
You like hamburgers,
So just
Justin?
a
But I like to say cheeseburger with no cheese.
Okay.
Cheeseburger, hold the cheese.
So, like, are
Justin
you just
Lynch,
against
the
cheese?
Hamburglar.
I just like joking with that. I actually do like cheese. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I got cousins.
Yeah,
in
it was just
Wisconsin,
a
the cheeseheads.
bit, wasn't it?
That was just a bit. That was just me trying to be funny, and it just
That's how people used to
failed
order
miserably.
at this restaurant I work. Can I get a cheeseburger with no cheese?
Yeah, yeah.
So a hamburger.
Like sure, dude.
Hamburglar.
you can.
You are the
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar, Justin.
I am. You know
and,
it.
and Charlie's wearing, like a reddish purple top. He can become Grimace, right?
I can be what?
Grimace.
Grimace?
Yeah.
I need a little
Grimace
more
shake.
purple, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like a reddish
We're
maroonish
getting
purple.
there. It's burgundy.
Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly
Maroon.
but surely, we're getting there.
Shout out to your school, the maroon and gold, right?
Shout out the Blurs, baby. Come on now.
Iggy clears. Iggy
Dude,
clears
it
the
took you
Rambler.
19 hours to come up with just L Ramblers. Are we serious? No. I was going to comment back, but I figured we would just hold off for the podcast. It took you 19 hours just to come up with L Ramblers.
Nolan, I get so much messages and stuff. Like a lot of times I'll like mean to say something and forget it, see it later. And
No,
then I'll
you're
think
just
of
a
it.
Hollywood
Yeah.
superstar on us. That's
That
fine.
wasn't what I was going to say.
No, that's
but-
fine. No, I get it. I get it.
But yeah,
Mr.
so
Big League over here.
Mr. Big Shot, yeah. Justin, can I get your autograph?
of course, yeah. After the show, yeah. No pictures though.
Yeah, how does it feel sitting on a couch with some normies, man? You absolute celeb.
Nat, how do you feel sharing a couch with Justin
Actually,
Lynch?
she might be more well known than me. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not more well known than you, buddy. But no, it's legendary. It's literally legendary. I mean, I've been following Justin's B-Hawk memes account for years, and he's a big reason why I got back into hockey. I literally wrote an article for school about him, like the Bedard Crusade campaign that he led.
You're an education
And
topic.
Wow.
Exactly. It was just so inspirational, and I honestly think of Justin as kind of a role model. I want to be like Justin.
Yeah, shout
Lynch
out
when
to
I grow
Justin,
up.
man.
Wow.
Stick tabs, Justin. W, Justin.
I don't even know what to say to that. I promise you, I'm not a role model.
You know what you're talking about. I want to be like you one day. So
You guys know what you're talking about too. So.
I try.
Yeah, no, you do. I appreciate that. That actually means a ton.
But W Ramblers, not L Ramblers. W Ramblers.
I probably should get through the rest of my stars here, but I really do appreciate that. All right, my second star of the week. Once again, I hate to keep putting the same guys in here, but how can I not have Frank Nazar as one of my stars again? Hat trick, man, the 6'7" Selly. Like, are you kidding me right now? So Frank Nazar is my first repeat star. Actually, I think he's my second. I think I have Max Verstappen twice.
You did
too.
have Max Verstappen
Yeah,
twice.
so he's my second repeat star. I'm just
Nolan stats coming in the clutch.
I'm just Control C and then Control Ving my 3 stars every week. So so Frank Nazar once again, the aura of meeting me, I guess, is just he's breaking out he's right in front of our eyes. So really appreciate that. So.
White whale of this season trying to get Frank Nazar on the podcast.
Oh, that would be something.
That would be unreal.
That would be something. I might just message him like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's the only interview we can drop a 6'7" in.
Dude, a conversation with Frank Nazar, like, that would be something.
Yeah.
That would be. I hope we can make that happen in the future.
It would
That'd be
feed
sick.
families. as
It
they
really
say.
would. That would.
It would be.
Absolute cinema is
Absolute
what that
cinema.
would be. That absolutely deserves that moniker. On a more somber note, my first star of the week is Roscoe Hamilton.
Yeah.
He is the dog, or he was the dog of Lewis Hamilton, a Formula One driver who unfortunately passed away this weekend. You hate to see it. One of the icons of the F1 pack. He actually made a cameo appearance in the F1 movie this summer. If you're an F1 fan, you always see him running around kind of in the track. So I hate to see that. I feel for Lewis. You know, it's got to be tough. I know losing it. I can speak from experience. I'm sure a lot of you can too. There is no worse feeling than losing a pet.
Yeah.
There's. I mean, there might be worse feelings, but there are a few feelings.
It's up there.
There are
It's
a
up
few
there.
feelings that are worse than losing a pet, especially one who's been around for as long as Roscoe was in your life. So hate to see that. Just thoughts and prayers to Lewis, and even just the whole Formula One crowd, because he really was one of the most iconic parts of the F1 scene. So rest in peace, Roscoe Hamilton. Yeah, first star of the week.
Yeah.
Stick taps. Yeah, it's
Stick
thoughts and
taps.
prayers.
Yeah. All right, who'd like to go number 2?
Number 2.
You know what?
Oh
Since
my
you made
God,
that
you're
joke,
so
you should
immature.
Yeah,
do
all
it.
right,
Okay.
all right. I'll do it.
that
I'll
was
do it.
Grow
brutal.
up.
I'm sorry.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm sorry. All right.
God
But that means
awful.
that I go next. All right. We're not saving the best for last again. It's fine. So as I mentioned earlier on in the podcast, I did go to yesterday's Cubs game. And for my number 3 star, I would like to shout out Jordan Wicks.
There you go.
The big left-hander recorded a save yesterday. Which, I mean, for his caliber of player, I mean, that's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not really a save guy.
No, he is not a save guy. He is absolutely not a save guy. I want to take a look at something here.
What are you taking a look at?
I want to see if this is his first save ever.
We'll have a look.
That
Of
sounds
course we'll
correct.
have a look.
Of course, we'll have a look. Yeah, that is his first career save
There you go.
in game 162, and I think that rolls straight into my second star. October baseball at the Federal Landmark.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Justin, I'm sorry that I'm blazing the Cubs,
Go ahead.
but I
You guys have been nice to me today. so you
we've been
deserve it.
depriving this for the last 3 years, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 2023 we got narrowly edged. 2024 we got narrowly edged, and then now finally for the first time in 7 years, there will be fans at Wrigley ready to rock, ready to roll over the San Diego Padres. I am so excited for this. I mean, you're either going to see me extremely depressed on Wednesday's podcast, or you're going to see me over the moon on Wednesday's podcast, because that's how much the Cubs mean to me. I would say the same thing about the Hawks if they were, in contention. I would say the same thing about the Bears if they were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I am ready to rock, ready to roll, ready to see some October baseball at the Federal Landmark this year. Charlie, I know you're with me. Nat, I know you're with me.
Hell yeah.
I'm so ready for Tuesday.
I'm so excited.
Who do we take?
We're about to make these Padres our sons, actually.
Dude, I mean, the puns have been unreal from the four of us today. Stick test us.
The vibes here are just off the charts today.
Unreal,
Yes.
unreal
Synergy.
vibes.
Wonder why that could be. Yeah.
Well, you were going to pose a question, weren't you?
Did I already ask who we think is going to start game one?
We didn't, but I think it's got to be Shota or Matthew
Yeah.
Boyd.
I'll take the Blackhawks guy.
Yeah. Let's go Shota. Let's go
Yeah.
Shota.
Yeah.
I think Shota starts game one. I think, again, he's a big game player, like I've said earlier. It is Chicago. He's walking out to Chelsea Dagger, as we're going to hear 40 times after Connor Bedard scores this year. So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, baby.
I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to roll.
I can't wait for that first UC goal horn on Tuesday. That's gonna. Oh, I've been waiting for that. The first Chelsea dagger of the year.
It's going to hit like... It's going to hit like a freight train.
Watch them get shut out now.
All right, and my number one star of the week, I believe it was, 40 seconds left in the Bears game yesterday? Daniel Carlson, a relatively reliable field goal kicker, lines up from 55 after a big stop on 3rd and 2 to shut down Ashton Genty, who cooked the Bears.
He had an amazing game.
He had an amazing game.
Took the L though. Scoreboard.
Yeah, took the L. Should have been a Bear, whatever. But, we got a guy with 3 L's in his name for my number one star, Josh Blackwell. Josh Blackwell.
No relation to Matthew Blackwell? No.
Or Colin Blackwell.
I meant Colin Blackwell. Yeah,
Did you know?
I had a friend named anyway. Never mind.
Wait, do I know more puck than Justin now?
Uh-oh.
Dun.
He's coming for me.
Uh-oh.
No one's coming for me.
You got me. No, all right. So my number one star, Josh Blackwell. First blocked field goal for the Bears in over 2 years.
Yeah.
I think it was something like 35 games or something like that, and I just think it's absolutely unreal that he was able to do this.
No, for sure. I think the whole city of Chicago is very grateful indeed.
Yes,
absolutely, for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
All right. I can take the reins here for my 3 stars of the week. Starting it off at number 3, throwback to Thursday night last week. I was out with some old buddies that were in town. We went to Delilah's on Lincoln, and my 3rd star is Delilah's on Lincoln. Great little bar, 2 floors, daily deals, lots of pool tables, lots of good music playing in there, like old punk rock, etc. That's kind of the vibe in there. A lot of cutoff tees and black jeans in there, so it's that kind of crowd, but.
it's a pool bar, isn't it? From what I've heard,
It's like it used to be like very much like a biker-ish bar. Now it's more of like a punk rock-ish scene.
I need to go.
Like they have live music there and stuff. But it was kind of casual when I was there because there wasn't live music. It was kind of a all groups of people, but it definitely has a punk rock vibe on the live music days. But great place. They had $3 specials of some random whiskey that we were kept getting, but that's what we're there
ads.
for.
No free ads.
I don't even know the name of the whiskey, so there you go.
Nah.
But good place for daily deals on drinks, and good meeting spot for me and my longtime buddies.
There you go. That's awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
Good old
nice.
spot, Delilah's. The number 2 star for me. This is kind of it hits me both ways. It hits me in a good way and a bad way, but I'll put it on there for the Cowboys tie last night against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers fans up in Wisconsin,
They were talking shit.
those new Glarus drinking, cheese curd eating scoundrels
Avocado
up there.
toast eating.
Not going to be able to afford a house that way, eating all that avocado toast.
Nope.
But
got that reference.
Everyone was talking. Oh, the Bears just beat the Cowboys. Congrats on your first win. They're the worst defense in the league, blah, blah, blah. Let's see the Packers beat them by 30 this week. Just wait. You guys tied the Cowboys in overtime after you traded for their best defensive player and returned to the Cowboys with said player on your defense, and it still didn't make a difference. You tied.
What happened? How did you not win?
How did you not win against the Dallas Cowboys?
You can't say lose, but you didn't win either.
How did you not win?
Yeah.
It's the
It might
Cowboys.
be worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Either winning or losing.
I mean, the fact that that's a thing in the NFL is ridiculous.
I don't like it.
We aren't football or American
Game
football.
should, yeah, this isn't soccer, man. The game shouldn't end in a tie. We need
Yeah,
somebody.
it reminds me of that old, like before Ted Lasso was a show, they had those commercials with him and stuff.
Oh,
and it
dude,
was like him at the pregame presser, and it's like, we're gonna go out there and get a win or a loss, and then one of the reporters
Or a tie.
and he's like, you can tie here. If you could tie in America, there'd be riots in the streets. And I was like, yeah, that's what it should. We shouldn't be able to tie an NFL. game.
We're gonna play hard for all
Like,
4 quarters. 2 halves, 2 halves.
Like put it into a second overtime or do something, because like these guys, the NFL is like literally a war zone out there for 60 minutes on the field, and then these big dudes want to keep fighting for their team, but you have to say, oh, we have to end in a tie, guys. Like, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Like they want to get out there and win for their team, and they've exhausted their bodies for 70 minutes at that point.
That's
And
a long time.
And then
Yeah.
they just say, you know what? No one wins.
Well,
Yeah.
what if the NFL switched to college overtime?
I like the way. I think college does it better. I think
You know what
college does
think?
it better.
I think after overtime, you should start at
Dude,
the
they should do a
30.
shootout,
You should
NFL
start at the
style
30-yard line with each kicker, and if they make both, then they're both kicking from 40.
field goal
Then they're both kicking from 50. Then they're both kicking from 60. So you have like a distance like keeps going up on a shootout with the kickers only,
I love it.
and there's no line either. It's literally just the kickers and themselves. He's just
And the fans.
It's just him on the field by his own. Maybe someone's holding, but no lines.
I think you should at least get the snapper in there.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, the
that
snapper,
adds
the
a bit
holder,
more of an
and-
element
and-
to it.
and- yeah.
But something like that to just make it more interesting.
I think that would be nails.
That would
Yeah.
be good.
That
Yeah,
would be
for
nails.
sure.
I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I like that
but
idea.
Yeah, I like that.
I would love it until the Bears get a loss instead of a tie because of it.
Yeah.
It's all homerism, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's whatever outcome is going to best affect your team is the
Then,
best one. Yeah.
That was my number 2 star, the Cowboys tie. My number 1 star from this week, Dominic Toninato.
Yeah.
That's your first star of
Dominic
the week.
Toninato.
I
We
get
did
that.
not touch on this guy from the first
we probably should have
Blackhawks
talked about it more, to be
preseason game on
honest. Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
But this guy
Yeah.
was just like the pure cause of the comeback. I mean, his board play to get the puck to Gavin Hayes for a goal. He had another great shift in the zone where he was, fighting for the puck with the Blues on the board, fed it, another pass happens, and then it's a goal. So like he was directly involved with this, 3-2 or ended up in a 4-2 win.
He
But
was the architect
the
of
last,
the comeback.
The last
Yeah.
10 minutes,
Yeah.
he was playing like a preseason all-star out there, you know?
Yeah.
So,
He's gonna rake in Rockford.
yeah, I hope.
Future Ice Hogs
he's a hard-working player.
Yeah. The Brett Sini, Dominic Toninato connection will feed families.
be there for it,
Yes.
folks. Be there for it, please.
he was good.
I had to hit my shout out to him.
And he was
for-
rewarded with being sent to waivers.
yeah, he is in Rockford now, unfortunately. But I mean, we
No,
kind
he's
of.
on waivers for everyone now.
Oh, is he?
No one's gonna claim
No one's
Dominic
claiming him.
Toninato.
He's making it to Rockford.
Donato on Wish.
Tone Donato. But yeah,
that's good.
shout out to Dominic. I feel like we needed to give him his flowers
You
here on
just-
CHR today.
Charlie, this is amazing. I mean, who would have ever thought that Dominic Toninato would be a 3-star of the week? You just
No.
never know what you're going to
Not
see.
just a 3.
You never
the
know what
number
you're going
one.
to see here.
The number 1.
You never know what you're going to see here. That's what makes it special. That's something. Yeah. All right.
All right.
It's my turn.
Yes.
now.
Last but not least,
Are we
here.
still saving the best for last?
I
Yeah,
think
we're saving the
Natalie's-
best for last. yeah.
Natalie's overtaking you, Nolan. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, guys. What did I do?
I was just kind of like going between a lot of things because I feel like there were a lot of stars this week. I had Reichel down for number 3, but then you guys kind of gaslit me out of it. No. You gaslit me out of it. And I also had Marc-Andre Fleury
Yeah,
in
that's a
there
good
as
one.
well. But honorable mention, I would like to shout out YoPlay Whips Key Lime Pie Yogurt because the person who keeps commenting Key Lime Pie in our comments, I made him try Key Lime Pie Yogurt because there was none at Mariano's and he did not like it.
Oh, you like it?
So he did not like it. But number 3 star of the week, speaking of Mariano's, we have motorized carts from Mariano's. there was one in the parking lot. Nobody was taking it. So I thought it would be okay if I did my civil duty and bring it back in there. And I just kind of kept it. I rode around the store in it.
Nice.
But then I got hit with it a couple times.
It has a mind of its own.
Attempted vehicular manslaughter. Not really, though. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I had a good time in that Mariano's. And
I used to work at Mariano's back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Justin Moore.
I worked actually. I was on the front lines during the COVID pandemic.
Bro, you are an essential worker.
Dude, were you an essential worker too?
Hold on.
We're essential worker,
was an
brothers.
essential
We're
worker.
essential worker.
Guys,
Was
stick
no one an
taps.
essential worker?
I was not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down.
For the three of us who are essential, or were essential workers during COVID.
There you
I remember
go.
my parents were like so worried because like that's like back when we didn't really know what it was about, and like
Yeah.
they thought I was like risking my life every day. Like, oh, that's all right, guys, I'm good.
Go into Mariano's wearing a hazmat suit, wrapped in bubble wrap.
Oh man, wearing those masks for 8-hour shifts. Oh god, that was rough. But anyway, that's back. I'm off topic.
All right, number 2, my number 2 star of the week. We have Durbin's in Tinley Park because they played Robbers by the 1975 as I was walking in. Kind of a little euphoric moment for me. I love that
Have you
song.
seen Euphoria?
I actually have.
Yeah,
I
Sydney
have.
Sweeney, masterclass performance.
Sticks are passed on.
I got that reference.
It's actually for Alexa Demi, not for Sydney Sweeney. But, that's neither here nor there.
True.
Okay.
But yeah, Robbers by the 1975 felt euphoric, and just for being my favorite place. I love going to Durbin's. It's very fun. The atmosphere is great. There are a lot of places you can go in there. And shout out to the guy who checked my ID because he was just really funny with it. He was like, okay, yeah, I see it now. Because my ID picture kind of looks a little bit different from how I look now. So, yeah, I mean, shout out that guy for making me laugh. And number 1 star of the week, we have leg day.
Hey.
I went to the gym for the first time in 3 months
Oh, wow.
the other day
Oh, how
because
was
I
that?
was so busy, and it kicked my butt. It really kicked my butt. I mean, I maxed out on a lot. I maxed out on hip thrusts, the adductor and abductor machine. Did pretty good with core too. My squat low-key kind of got messed up. I usually can squat. I think my max is like 135, but I was only able to get it up to 100. So little sad about that, but hey, we're gonna be back. We will be back. So
Welcome
We
back
will
to
be
the
there.
gym. Yes,
We
we're
will
back
be there.
department. We'll be filing a claim
yeah,
soon.
hoping
Yes.
to go today after everything is done. But
The gym is a good spot to kind of release that. It's a good
it
release,
is-
good therapy.
It
Yes.
is a great release.
Oh yeah, it is for sure.
Yes, I would know if I had been to the gym.
I'm right there with you,
been to the
Charlie.
gym lately, Charlie?
Bro, never.
I kind of have a home gym, so it's not like but like I have like an exercise bike and some weights and stuff, and
I probably should now that I'm not playing beer league hockey this season currently.
it does it does the trick. It does the trick.
Good,
Yeah.
good shout right there.
Yes. Yeah.
I got a YMCA down the block. Maybe we'll join that gym.
No fitness or what's the
not,
Planet
not,
Fitness?
not a
Not Planet Fitness guy,
nearby,
yeah,
but
no.
they've got a lot of.
I've heard mixed reviews on
Fun
Planet
fact:
Fitness.
the Chicago Bears actually their old weight room is the basement of my local YMCA, the Irving Park YMCA.
Really?
Is the old Bears, like the whole basement was their weight training, and they still have all these murals and everything. on
No
the wall.
way. That's sweet.
Yeah,
What a pull.
I've actually lifted a few times where the old Bears used to lift.
Wow.
You know, honestly,
Back in the day.
How back in the day, do you know?
I want to say.
Are we talking like 1985 Bears, or are we talking like way
I
before?
want to say somewhere between the 60s and 80s Bears. So
So you could have been lifting the same weight as Walter Payton.
that is right.
that is right.
That is
100%
so
right.
nailed.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is
Insane.
nailed.
I hope they've upgraded the equipment since then, but you
could
never
you
know.
feel the aura of the weights transmitting
Probably
through you?
Probably the strongest
Yeah.
I've ever felt in that YMCA.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I've been a part of 2 different gyms in my life, so I can give you an honest review. I do like Planet Fitness for the amount of money that you spend. I feel
Yeah.
like Planet Fitness, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Like, I'm a Black Card member, so I get $25 a month. I can go to any Planet Fitness in the country, and I get discounted drinks. I get to go to the Black Card spa. I am not a tanning bed type of person. But
Look at
they
you,
do-
Miss Fancy Pants.
They do have that there. But yeah, I think you get a lot of bang for your buck there. But I also have been to an LA Fitness, and they do have a lot more. Like Planet Fitness, you don't have free weights. You have the Smith machine and all that. So I know a lot of people don't necessarily like that, but they do have a lot of machines there. And I really feel like Planet Fitness is starting to up their game. They're getting a hack squat machine, which they haven't done before. They got a new, it's not really a Smith machine, but you lay down on it and you put weights on it and you just, it's a new push machine. You could add that to your, push day. But yeah, I feel like they're really starting to get with the times, and I feel like they make a point at making fitness accessible and affordable too.
That's important.
So I do like Planet Fitness, but I did also like LA Fitness as well. Not sponsored.
Can I give a quick shout out real quick if we're on the topic of gyms?
What?
I actually Lobo Gym.
No, I'm more of an
boom, boom. The purple cobras.
It's bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's see if it pays out for him.
No, actually, I went back to Loyola. I want to say about a month ago. Doing some business there.
The high school?
Yeah, the high school. Yeah. My Ramblers. Yes, I was able to go back there and talk to a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while. So it was good to reconnect.
Do the names Eric Berghoff, Liam Ryan, or Liam McCarthy ring a bell?
I think they do. Yeah.
You know those guys?
Yeah. They're good friends of Justin, aren't they?
Might be some homies.
Yeah, there you go.
This is networking hour with CHR.
Homies from another block.
Yeah. But on my way out, actually, I was able to visit the new gym at Loyola. New weight room. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. It's got like a 40-yard turf. It's got like the full weight sets, everything like that. Like they had a weight room that was, when I was there and doing strength training class in 2017. That's 8 years ago now. That's
gross.
We're reaching UNC status here.
Yeah, we're reaching UNC
status.
status here on CHR.
We're reaching Nick Foligno status.
But I was able to check that out. I think they've done an unreal job there, and I want to shout out my guys. Shout out the Blurs.
I feel like that's a big trend. Like everyone's high school athletic facilities making a huge glow up right when you graduate.
After you leave, it's the same time. It's the same thing if universities and college and they do all these construction projects and renovations for the dorm rooms. The second that you leave, it's like
the De La Salle turf field that they have.
Yeah.
Put in the year after I graduated.
Of course. Yeah.
I was on the weight room up above with all the nice overlook of the city. Yeah, put in the year after.
I was able to visit both of those actually. We Loyola played De La Salle my junior year, so I was able to see that.
I like the setup they got over there.
No, it's a beautiful setup. Yeah. I just wish they had
indoor track and all. It's cool.
I just wish they had a press box. I don't know if they have a press box now, but
not for visitors.
Thanks a lot, De La Salle.
Yeah, De La Salle.
I am honestly very mad though because I went to St. Xavier University, roll Cougars, and
Chicago Cougars.
Yes,
Chicago Cougars.
That was a nice post. Well done, job well done.
I found a lot of good Cougars content online. It was hard, but it's out there.
Yeah. But I'm actually very mad because for those of you who don't know, I graduated with my BA in Sports and Media Communication, and we have a little area, the Student Media Center, with like a lot of cool stuff in there. We had our own radio station, which is where I got my start. We had a newspaper office, but the one thing that they just added, literally started it before I graduated, was a TV studio. They have a gigantic screen put up against where the whiteboard used to be. All of these really fancy high-tech cameras, they have everything there. And I am so mad that I can't get to use it because I feel like that would have helped me a lot. But I am very grateful that DePaul has a news studio. I'm hoping
shout out.
I can
shout out the CDM school.
You'll be cooking in there. You'll be the chef in the kitchen.
Shout out Wabash and Monroe. I think that is
sure. You'll do well.
Wabash and Jackson. For sure.
I'm actually very excited about it. They said that they don't really use it often, but one of the faculty there said, hey, we want you to help maybe start it back up again. So hopefully
that'd be awesome.
Best of luck with
impact.
that.
Nat in the control room.
Yeah.
We were listening to your radio show on Friday.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, we did tune in.
Nice.
Obviously, 88.3, right?
Yes,
Yep,
88.3
right.
WXAV.
You got to expand the radio waves because I was trying to get it onto my radio station in my car, and it wasn't the right 88.3.
Nah.
Well, that sounds like a Nolan thing.
Yeah, it's a skill issue. I get it.
Skill issue. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
That's true.
You know why? Because 88.3 is another student / like smaller radio station called The Wizard, WZRD, and
Yep.
they're on the north side. So if you try to get 88.3 up on the north side, you're going to get the WZRD.
See, I was trying to get that
They
over.
play some strange, like they'll
They
play like
do.
12-minute songs of a genre you've never heard
Yeah,
of.
I was trying to tune into that, and it was
Strange.
It was not Nat, so I was kind of mad about that. So.
Now listen, I would like to give a huge shout out to the people I had on my show last week. I want to give a shout out to my awesome co-host of 2 years, Connor Morell, Brother Rice legend. And he's been through thick and thin with the radio show, and he's going to be a senior. Well, he is a senior at Rice, and this is kind of our last hurrah, and I'm very happy to have him on the show with me. And we had a guest on last week, Nick Vasitis. I mean, the banter that was going on was absolute cinema. And speaking of Nick Vasitis, he's a part of a band called Dog Eat Dog, and they are playing a show at Baseline Chicago next Wednesday, October 8th. Make sure you get your tickets. Go to their Instagram page, Dog Eat Dog, and
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
It is a dog-eat-dog world. Woo, 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 woo. And listen to Rageful. That's a great song by them. This is kind of turning into Music Monday here.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, please buy your tickets. It's going to be outstanding. All of the bands and artists there are great people with even better music. So make sure you go to their Instagram, buy your tickets. I will be there. So if you want to meet me, I don't know why you would, but...
Why you wouldn't?
Why? Yeah.
Why you wouldn't?
Yeah. Why you wouldn't?
you wanna
Forgot a
meet
few
me?
letters there, Nat.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to meet me?
You need to give yourself more credit.
But please buy your tickets. It would be a really good time. So, yeah, no free ads, but that was just a shameless plug. So
Hey, we love shameless plugs around here.
best of luck with their band. I appreciate them for going after that because I was never very good at drumming. I did some band in high school, grade school, but I was never really good enough to get into doing my own band.
the
So
Justin drumming video, absolute cinema. But speaking of absolute cinema, how about the NHL? It's been going pretty well.
I think we got to start with Marc-Andre Fleury, the flower.
That was awesome.
Blackhawks legend Marc-Andre Fleury. I will say, I think everybody knows he's going to go down as a Blackhawks legend. I think
Hall of Famer.
I think when they induct him in the Hall of Fame, it's going to be as a Blackhawk. Right?
I would agree with that.
That's clearly where he made the biggest mark in his career. So
I was kind of sad though that he didn't get to play the entire game. He only played the third period in the shootout.
I assumed they were going to play him the whole game. It was just the third period, and then the little fun shootout at the end.
Yeah, the shootout was all educational, right? Because that was a 4-1 game, no?
Yeah. That was all just for fun. That's what you get to do in the
He had a
preseason.
shutout, because he didn't allow any goals in the third, right?
No goals.
No goals. I think he
UC
eight
Saros
saves
reference.
on 8 shots.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
He
8
looked
on
good.
8.
Yeah, he's making some big saves out there.
Do you guys think this is,
He's done.
okay, but I've seen the exact tweet, of him walking down the hall, like, this is it for the flower. Like, we've seen that tweet before it happened.
We've
this week.
played these
We've
games
played these
before.
games
I've seen this
Is
film
this the
before.
last
Is it
time?
just like Tom Brady? Because Tom Brady did that a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
back.
So, is this it? Is this it for him?
I'm not fully closing the door. I'm leaving a crack open.
Yeah, like you're not locked. I'm closing the door, but I'm not locking the door.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the door unlocked.
Yeah, I
is
like
what I'm
that.
doing.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good analogy, right? I think I cooked at that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It was good to see though, especially that picture with Flower, Letang, Crosby, Malkin together. Oh God, that was special. So the one last hurrah. So it was hard to believe that was his first game at the Pens in 8 years. And 8 years again. I don't know why 8 years keep coming up, but man, I was graduating from grade school back.
So what?
Oh,
Eight years for Connor Bedard is what I'm hearing. Then, right?
Huh?
I mean, we're talking about 8 years.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. Okay, I was slow with that one, but no, it was really good to see for Flower. And Elliot Friedman spoke about 32 Thoughts today. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if this started a trend, like how successful it was. It wouldn't shock me if there are other teams that did this in the future. Maybe when 88 decides to hang him up, maybe we get to see a game of 98 playing with 88 for hell of it in the preseason.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I'm just saying.
That would be pretty cool.
I
Although
wonder.
what that just pissed me off because watched them play really well, and I'd be like, we could have just done done that for real.
You know,
but, yeah.
Bedard goes with a hat trick. Kane goes out with like a 4-point night.
I could totally see that.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And but then Kane just does so well to where he's like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna just come back.
Turn the PTO into a minimum deal.
Yeah, a 1 year deal. Then he goes off in the sunset with a cup.
I think it'll look more like how Anthony Rizzo retired with the Cubs a few weeks back. I think it'll kind of be, it'll be a 1 day contract situation once he's done playing, and he'll drop the puck between the two captains at the United Center and ride off into the sunset and see his jersey hung. I think it'll be kind of one of those.
Yeah, that'll work.
That would work too. That would be beautiful to see.
We'd love to see that.
I want to stay on the East Coast for this next news bit. Nick Robertson has been a name that's been coming up a lot for the Leafs. Cam Robinson reported earlier this morning that Nick Robinson remains a name to watch on the trade front, hearing multiple Western Conference teams have shown interest in the Leafs winger, including the Sharks.
Yeah, the Sharks. Of course. They think he's Jason Robertson. Wrong Robertson there, but
are we going to get into this again?
That's like
oh
drafting.
no, we're not revisiting the Robertson Ratton discussion from Friday.
They're trying to trade for the wrong Robertson.
Yeah, the wrong Robertson. Yeah. I mean, people are flaming. Jason Robertson's a hell of a hockey player. I just don't think he's as good as Mikko Rantanen. That's all I was saying.
No, and again, I'm not saying that too. I would probably take Rantanen over Robertson, but I don't think the gap is as large as you think.
Okay. I think it's like a tier, like Bam Bam. Like that's what I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So like Rantanen's like tier 1.5 because tier 1 is reserved for like Davo and those guys, and then
McDavid,
Robertson's
McKinnon,
like tier 2. He's not quite like he's tier 2. For me.
I'll take that. Yeah.
On his day, maybe 1.5, but the last couple of years, notch below.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm glad we got resolution there. But yeah, the Leafs, plethora of forwards, so somebody's got to be in the move. I feel like we've been hearing Nick Robertson. He's like their Lucas Reichel. I feel like we've been hearing Nick Robertson trade rumors for like ever now. So until we see an actual trade done, we'll see.
I see Nat giving a smirk.
Sorry to bring up Reichel again. Nat's getting flashbacks there, but
sorry about that.
Didn't fall for the rage bait this time.
1,000-yard stare.
Staying in Toronto up here. Anthony Stolar's extension.
Yeah, 4 by
3.75. So they've got I saw the video of Reimer on the ice, and a lot of people were kind of speculating whether he'd be there long term for this season, kind of just fill in while Wall is out. But he came out in fully, fresh looking custom like Leafs pads and a Leaf helmet painted. So it seems like he's going to be there for a bit.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. We don't know what's going to happen with Joseph Woll. Obviously, the situation there. There's more questions than answers. And why not bring back a familiar face in James Reimer as a guy to play 15, 20 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not sure how happy Leafs fans. I mean, I guess some Leafs fans are big fans of his, but some probably still have recovered from that playoff series in 2013. So some might not be too thrilled to see him back. I know Dangle's had mixed reactions to that, but we'll see how that goes there. But no, Stolarz, this is a fantastic deal for Toronto. I mean, you look at numbers in the National Hockey League the last couple of years, and Stolarz is right up there when it comes to net mind.
Yeah, I was relatively surprised that he's come back, but I think he can do a job.
No, for sure. I mean, again, smaller sample size, but no, his numbers have been fantastic. So really good extension for the Leafs, good value. So I think that's going to get them locked up with Wall. It should be a good tandem, and hopefully they'll be seeing Wall return sooner rather than later. So,
another bit of Leafs news here is that I'm seeing Evgeny Kuznetsov throughout the offseason. As many as 10 teams have quietly expressed interest. Toronto remains a front runner. Florida's waiting in the wings, and Kuznetsov is hoping that one of those doors reopens. That is from Daria Tuboletseva.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Kuzi. Yeah, we'll see there. I mean,
he tore up the KHL last year.
Yeah, he had 37 points, 39 games on the same team as he who must not be named over Montreal. So clearly he's still an NHL player. He had a rough, last season in the NHL in 23-24, but I see no reason why he can't be a solid, third line option for a contending team. I mean, I think the Leafs in Toronto, not the Leafs in Toronto, the Leafs in Florida have been the two teams most connected to him. I think with Florida, being without Barkov for 7 9 months effectively this season. Like there's definitely a spot that opens up there, and we'll see if they decide to declare him out and then take advantage of that $10 million that they would come off the books there. We'll see what they do there, but I think Florida makes sense there. And then Toronto too, like they're still trying to fill a sort of void there. Like maybe they hope they can play him in the top 6 and he kind of rekindle some of his past form that he showed with Ovi in Washington. So I think it's a low risk, high yield investment, and I think both teams for different reasons make sense. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a move Toronto would make, just to kind of see,
kick the tires,
it'll
see
be,
where he's at.
If he can, rejuvenate himself to, 4 or 5 years ago, Kuznetsov, it'll be all worth every penny that they pay him, because it's not going to take a whole ton.
For sure. And then getting into more contract extensions here.
That's right.
We got a big one here.
I know what you're doing.
Mason McTavish, 6x7 contract extension.
I knew this was
and
coming.
he was practicing. Who was he practicing with?
With the Ottawa
67s.
67s.
Oh, okay.
This guy is the master troller. Big kudos to him and his agent for getting this deal done. I like to, a small part of me would like to think that they're doing that on purpose. So, and Friedman seemed to get a kick out of it too. He's like, I need people to explain to the senior citizen what the 6-7 means. I guess Darren Pang needs to bring him up to speed there. But no, for the Ducks, solid contract. Good to get this guy locked up. I mean, this is a guy who should be a part of your forward core for the future. Solid power forward there. And I think it was just scratch the surface of what he could do in the NHL. So definitely was a guy my delusional brain was hoping might be available, because he showed some really good chemistry with Bedard in the 2023 or 2022 World Juniors, I should say. So
where he saved
he saved the puck on the goal line and then scored the game winner on the other end. Right.
We could have had another theme with the Brantford guys. We were talking about this earlier in the show. McTavish played for Brantford, I believe, during their Memorial Cup run in 22.
Correct. Yeah. So, again, good on the Ducks to get this deal done. I'm going to see this contract, though. I don't know why this took so long. I mean, it feels like $7 million, like maybe right now, again, a little much, but I think like the Nazar deal, like that contract's going to age like a fine wine.
I would agree. Yeah. I think this makes, Anaheim, it just gives them a little bit of clarity going into the season now that they have, their number 2 center behind Carlson, I would say. I think, especially losing Zegras too in the offseason.
I think Zegras they could afford to lose. I don't know if he's a part of their, identity, but McTavish, I don't think they could afford to lose. So
I would agree on that.
That leaves Luke Hughes as kind of the last domino to fall there from the RFA standpoint.
There's a couple others like Luke Evangelista in Nashville and Alexander Holtz in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, true.
Segueing from a current Duck to a former Duck, Cam Fowler. Signing in the middle of the Hawks Blues game too.
That puzzled me.
That was announced right as the third period was
kicking off. It was announced at intermission. It was like, this bro just signed a contract in the locker room during a game. I know they probably.
And then what happened? They gave up 4 goals in the third and lost the Hawks.
It cursed them, man. But Fowler cooked us in the Winter Classic the past year. So, I've never really seen that before. A team announce a contract extension in the middle of a game.
That must be, that things were settled on earlier in the day, and from him at least. And then, he told his agent or his lawyers, take care of this, make sure everything's up to the books, and then, once it's good, then we can announce it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I would probably say that it was done before the game, but they just announced it, during the game, which I thought it was interesting. To say the least.
You just don't see that,
Yeah.
They brought him a contract in the locker room. It's like it's been in the works for a few hours.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, obviously they had that. It worked out there.
So do we like this for the Blues? Do we not like this for the Blues?
I would say $6 million.
It's a little steep for a guy
past his prime,
aging like Fowler. But
I thought he looked good once he rejoined.
He fit in well there. He fit in.
Yeah, no, he's not a guy who relies on his the speed he's lost due to age is not going to affect him. He's not a guy who relies on that. He's going to be solid still. He's not someone who relies on that athleticism that he's lost. Even though he's lost a step, he's still going to be Cam Fowler, I'd say.
Honestly, I thought he played better hockey in that stretch of the Blues last year than he had the Ducks in a while. So I think at least for the first year of that contract, you won't tweak about it. Towards the end, you might, but it's only 3 years, so whatever. I think just to get him extended, good move for them. So,
I would agree. Yeah.
Good on the Blues. That could be a sneaky team this year. I will say a sneaky team for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely see them going back to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's under Jim Montgomery. That's the expectation.
I think Jim Montgomery is like a top 3 coach in the league. And I mean, the coach really does a lot. You look at Spencer Carberry last year with the Washington Capitals.
For sure. No, he's definitely one of those guys who makes that type of impact. So, no, I mean, I'm not happy as a Hawks fan that the Blues got him because I think it means, their team definitely we'll have to watch for sure for the next few years here for sure, as long as he's there.
And if we're talking about playoffs, I think we should talk about the champion of the playoffs. We finally got clarity on the Alexander Barkov news.
Yeah, 7-9 months they've given us a timeline, but I've heard other people say, no, like he's out for the season. I know like the 7 months suggests maybe if, the rehab goes well enough, he could be back. And maybe, we'll hope for that. We'll hope that he can return.
I mean, 7 months puts him, right at the second round or, second to conference finals.
So it's possible that, the Panthers without him, they're eliminated anyway. So,
you know what this reminds me of, Charlie? It reminds me a lot of Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all there. Yeah, I mean, it would be great to have Schwarber back here in Chicago, wouldn't it?
Around this time, yeah.
50 homers would do pretty well for us in the playoffs.
Yeah, right?
I'm still so mad that we got rid of him.
We let him walk instead of offering him what, like
$8 million.
$8 million. Yeah, I was going to say 10, but it's even less. It was a qualifying offer, and we said, no, we're not going to qualify him.
The thing that sucks for Barkov too is like just not just the fact that he's going to be missing at least the regular season, but man, he's going to be missing the Olympics. Like, I mean, he's been waiting since 2014, to represent Finland again and on that stage,
captaining, Finland.
Got a taste of it in the Four Nations, but that was just kind of more for for fun. But this is the real thing, and yeah, he's not going to get a chance. So that you got to feel for him there, and especially for Finland too. That's a massive loss. So
another massive loss from a Finnish player, Capo Kakko, 6-week injury.
We transitioned from Sasha Barkov as a massive loss to Capo Kakko. I mean, to be fair, Kakko...
To be fair.
He looked a lot more like the player that was promised, I would say, when he was traded from Rangers to Seattle. Like, he looked a lot better in Seattle. I believe he played his first game of Seattle against the Blackhawks. I believe that was a game that I went to last year. So, that still sucks. 6 weeks, though, and it's not too bad. He'll miss, the first month of the year, but that's okay. Like, that's fine. Not ideal, though, for him. It's a guy who probably wants to, get the season rolling there, his first full year of the Kraken. So, tough loss for them, but, 6 weeks, it could be worse. So, I think you'll take a 6-week injury versus a out for the season injury.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Real just in-depth analysis from yours truly here today. I'm really on one today, folks. It's just the type of analysis you just can't get anywhere else. You just can't.
I mean, I kind of find it funny though, because they're both Finnish. They're both second overall picks, and just the difference in their careers so far.
Yeah, I mean, hydrogen bomb versus coffee maybe on that one. So, I mean, Kakko, he's still young. He could still figure it out,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Seattle, the place with, not a ton of expectations going into the season.
Next
it
to no
is a good
expectation.
spot for him to kind of, I mean, the shoulders, the pressure on him, on his shoulders from New York, getting drafted to the Rangers, a big market, expected to win now at that point.
Wow, New York, it's such a nice city.
I think Seattle gives him that chance to get a good reset. And, 6 weeks to start the season sucks in terms of getting a good start to the year, but I think he's going to have a solid year regardless.
Yeah.
And, that 6 weeks helps them a little bit with their tank too, maybe.
Their tank, yeah.
I mean, they got a bunch of guys coming up from the AHL too, so this could help them.
Yeah, exactly.
A guy like
a little chance for them.
I look at a guy like Berkeley Catton.
He could be an X
Berkeley
factor.
Catton tore up the WHL
he could be
this
an
year.
X factor for sure.
Yeah, if they're giving him potentially like a 9-game loan before they start it up, I think Berkeley Catton can tear it up.
The
in that
Kraken
top
are a
6.
team that need a spark, and I think he could definitely provide.
Yeah,
that
absolutely,
for sure. Absolutely.
Or another first-round pick like Edward Chalet, who was a first-round pick a couple of years ago. I really wanted the Hawks to get him. I think he's very good.
Yeah, no, definitely. So they got some pieces in the wings there, right? But for now, mid. But we've spoke about them before. But not really a team that moves me too much. But we shall see. All right. Before we get into our Weber's wagers, a little friendly reminder. I think I forgot to mention this last week, but at least before the day, we do have a Friday mailbag every week where you could DM your questions, Chicago Hockey Radio Instagram or on Discord. You can message us on Discord, and we'll answer any questions you have on the Friday show for the mailbag. So I just wanted to throw a quick little reminder there. And also another reminder that there's this new feature on YouTube where you can hype up the videos after they're live. So if you can do us a favor and hype us up, we would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, that happens 3 times a week.
3 times a week. So you could do it for the Monday show, the Wednesday show, and the Friday show. So
It would we would very much appreciate that.
I believe we actually gained a sub during the show too. I'm seeing right now we're at 990, so we're only 10 away
10
from
away.
seeing Natalie at the top of the Sears Tower.
Shout out to the most handsome man in hockey, Patrick Sharp.
Yeah, every mom's favorite Blackhawk.
He was my mom's favorite Blackhawk. Yeah.
You guys, please just get us there so I could get it over with.
Yeah, you're ready. You've
I know-
accepted
I
where
know,
you're
I've
at.
accepted my fate. I know you guys are gonna do it, so please just do it. Do it now so we can get it over with.
Do it.
Speaking of do it now, I believe it is time for Monday's
Yep.
Weber's Wagers. What do we got today,
We're gonna
Charlie?
do it live, boys.
That's right.
We're gonna do it live.
Do it live.
Do it
Right
live.
now.
Do it live. All right. Before we get into
right.
any gambling talk, I do have to give a disclaimer, disclaim, and proclaim to you the good word.
My favorite part of the show.
That's
The
the best part.
gambling
Yep.
of the gambling blurb here. Yeah, let's go. The following content may discuss topics related to gambling. Gambling can be addictive, and not suitable for all individuals. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older. Please gamble responsibly and be aware of the risks when you do.
Hell yeah.
All right.
You must be 9 plus 10 older.
Did you guys like my interpretive dance?
Yeah, that was good.
I liked
you
it.
like miming
that was pretty
over
good. I
there.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
So we took a 2-1 weekend for Friday's picks.
Above 500.
Scotty Scheffler and the boys with USA were just unable to.
What happened?
They treat it like professionals, and the Europe team for this Golf Ryder Cup tournament, they treat it like a frat party. Like these guys were just like jumping in a bar and singing like British songs like over the weekend, and the USA guys just look stressed all weekend. Like they're having more fun with it. They're having more continental pride, not country pride, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
fair.
Whatever, they won. So Scheffler was a loss. Bears plus 1.5 was a win. And celeb shot from producer Nolan of Rome Undunze. Anytime touchdown.
1-0.
That was
1-0.
easy.
Ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Easy.
Ready to roll.
Semi-common Nolan W.
Semi-common. No,
Always
it is
common.
extremely common.
Always common.
Extremely common.
I'm just playing.
Semicolon. All right.
I mean, I'm wearing the jersey for a reason. 1-0.
There you go.
Shout out to Mitch.
Shout out to Mitch.
What are Sundays for? Let's not get into it.
No.
All right. So the first bet of Monday is we've got a Monday night doubleheader for
Ooh.
NFL football tonight. And we're going to the early game, Jets versus Dolphins. And we're taking over 44.5. The Dolphins in their last primetime game, surprisingly, put up some numbers on the Bills. The Jets, I think this is kind of the game that backup Tyrod Taylor gets a real feel for things in that offense.
Sad that it's not
Especially-
Justin Fields, but
Yeah, I'm sad I don't get to see Fields ball out. That's my quarterback, not anymore. But I think the Dolphins have always been, a little shaky on defense this year. The offense has picked it up in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I think it's all about Tyrod Taylor, like I mentioned. If he's able to sort things out with this Jets offense that hasn't looked great, I do think he's got a better arm than Fields in my eyes. Fields is a great runner, but Taylor's a great backup in this league historically. And yeah, I think they're going to hit that over a 44.5 for
Like
this
it.
game. And then we have the Bengals visiting the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium in Denver. We have a 7-point spread favored in the way of the Broncos. Makes sense. We've seen the Cincinnati defense has been very, very penetrable this year.
Pause.
We're going to take, pause. We're going to take Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown.
Love it.
Number 1 receiver for the Broncos at home. There's not a whole lot other to say about this than this is their favorite target on the offense. And the Bengals secondary is pretty abysmal this year.
if Bo Nix can get on the ball, then he's going to touch pay dirt.
Yeah, I mean, Cortland, I could see a Troy Franklin touchdown, but he just hasn't showed me enough this year. Cortland's been finding the end zone already, so let's just go with the consistency right there.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off there, Charlie, but we just gained another subscriber. We're up to 991. We're
Bobby
9 away.
Hole away.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
So
guys, please keep doing it.
Please.
thank you
9
so
away.
much for
Shout out
joining
Bobby
us.
Hull.
Really appreciate that.
And shout out Sasha Boisvert at BU this year wearing
That's
number
right.
9.
That's right. Yeah. Appreciate your support. All right, continue, Charlie. Sorry.
The next one is a pick that's 8 days away, but we're locking it in now before anything else changes. You guys know what's 8 days away, guys?
I believe that is the
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
Oh, you're already.
Blackhawks and Panthers open up the season, don't they?
The Barkov and Chuckless Panthers.
Yeah, and that has changed the odds a bit. So
Yeah.
I want to hop on the over in this game before anything changes. The line is at 5.5. I think the boys are ready, especially the Panthers. I mean, the Hawks are ready, clearly. But I think this game just hits the over. I think the Panthers, I'm not going to say who's going to win or lose this game. You know, I hope the Hawks win. But we know the odds are...
the
odds
odds are
are in our
stacked
favor.
against us.
So
Yeah.
I do think... the Hawks have looked comfortable now on offense the last 2 games for the preseason. Obviously, that's not the NHL lineup, but it gives a good indication as to where guys are at. And then the Panthers are the Panthers. So we like goals. It's not fun to bet on any unders. So for next week's
Life's too short to bet the under.
Before the line potentially goes up to 6.5 goals from, goalie announcements or more injuries or anything, we'll see. We're going to take over 5.5 for the Blackhawks Panthers season opener next week.
Shout out Mr. Ice.
That's right.
3 + 3 = 7.
Bro.
No, when you think about it from a gambling perspective and you think about it from a hockey perspective, 3 + 3, you gotta have a winner in the
if
game.
you have the over 6.5
Okay.
and you see it tied,
Yeah.
At 3-3,
good.
yeah, you're good.
yeah, you're good.
All right.
But yeah, over 5.5. That's the
Love
pick.
it.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I hope. Honestly, I should probably save this for next week, but I'm cautiously optimistic for that home opener, or not home opener.
Are you starting to make the Kool-Aid?
I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm cautiously optimistic for
He's
that.
at the store picking out the flavor right now.
Yeah.
He hasn't brought it home and started mixing it yet.
I think the Hawks can surprise opening day. That's all I'm going to say.
So you're saying-
I'll save the analysis for later, but I think we could be in for a surprise.
I will add that plus 1.5 for the Blackhawks on that game to not lose by 2. So be
be a
within
close game.
Be within 1 goal or win. That's even odds. So
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
we're,
nice.
we're already ready for next Tuesday.
He's already
We're
ready. He's
We're rolling. We're rocking and rolling.
He's pre-ordering. I like it. Good to see it. All right. Is that it for your Weber's Wagers?
That is it. Those
That's
are the 3
it.
picks. Correct.
All right.
Good luck. Have fun, my friend.
Best of
Thank
luck
you, thank
there.
you.
I believe that's going to do it today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on the CHR Monday. An
yeah.
excellent show today. We will be back on Wednesday. We'll be running it back once again, and just some quick hits here before we leave. If you haven't subbed already, subscribe. We're so close to 1,000. We're so close. If you could help us out there, we greatly appreciate that. And just a friendly reminder: 5-star rating and review. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Rager, we already did Prospect Talk. You can go rewind and watch that yourself.
I was just going to. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. And we will see you again Wednesday.
We out.
Peace.